We are live in action, everybody. Welcome to this awesome hanging. We have some of our rock stars down below, as you can see. So excited for you guys to hear from them. Let them know exactly what this Internet Lifestyle Network's all about. We got Mark Hoverson, of course, here as well. Tonight, we're going to be talking about your future, how to set up your future $1 million business. And it's going to be really exciting as Mark's going to kind of bring you back a little bit as to what exactly he did right in the beginning stages that really shifted and transformed his mindset to be able to go out there and really make a huge impact on this world and create, just amazing stories, for one, of people's lives changing, and then also creating a ridiculous income and being able to really do whatever he wants. So really, really cool. And what we're going to talk about also is how that people in this community are wiping over. Mark, we've actually wiped over. Oops, somebody's going crazy.
What's that?
Somebody's playing right now. Let's go to somebody go to internetlifestylenetwork.com. You guys got it playing.
Playing? Oh, someone's playing Internet Lifestyle. Okay, I get it.
Oh, actually, never mind. That was my own computer. Okay, rock and roll. Anyways, Mark didn't even know this yet. We've actually wiped out over 1,000. I've been counting all this years of procrastination. We've wiped out over 1,000 years of procrastination so far already, man. Crazy.
Really?
I think it could be literally in almost to the 2000s if I really start going crazy and counting it
Well,
up.
Vince, I had a vision when this whole $1 million a day concept and tracking and itemizing the procrastination, I had a vision to create a community that would wipe out 1,000,000 hours or 1,000,000 years.
Oh yeah,
A
it's
million
totally.
years, and I think we're on pace. I mean, we got 1,000 more of these to go, and we're good.
And I know it's just crazy. I mean, how we're just starting. I mean, people are literally wiping out, it's getting crazy.
Mhm.
People are wiping out 70, I've even seen 150 years. So people have been holding back this stuff, and just a lot of people on the line right here, too, I mean, have been doing that as well. So it's really exciting. What I want to do, let's start kind of, Mark, what is the $1 million day in, like, what's happening with the people here on the line that's really shifting their minds? Because if you guys are on this Webby, down below, you'll be able to see some of their videos of how they're having breakthroughs and how literally hundreds are having breakthroughs already. But what is this $1 million day that's really setting off what the beginning, I guess, essentially of your business when you started this 8-figure in 5 years deal? That's kind of what you did, you were saying. So this is really what set it off for you. So what's happening right now? Why is so many people's lives transforming?
Well, for me, Vince, I'm going to show my desktop. I think it's showing. Is it
You're
showing?
good. Rock and roll, brother.
I can see the lazy person has no game to roast, but diligent spot
Yep.
precious wealth in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so the gist of the $1 million a day for me was I started to imagine what if there was a $1 million investor. So he had or she had $1 million, and they were secretly watching my life when I was starting my business. This was when I had made zero money. I hadn't made any money yet. Nothing. Nobody knew who I was. And I just envisioned if they were watching my habits, my attitude, what I was reading, who I was hanging out with, what I was buying, what I was spending, what I was visioning, would they put $1 million and say, I'd put $1 million on this guy. He's going to create something fantastic. So what I started pretending was I started going through this like super purge where I would make these to-do lists that were so comprehensive it was mind-numbing, right? Every bit of procrastination, because procrastination leads to guilt, which leads to low self-esteem, which leads to low energy, which leads to low, when you have a great idea and you have 50 undone things in your mind, my phone's blowing up over here. You have 50 undone things in your mind. If you have $1 million idea, your mind says back to itself, come on, you haven't even changed that light bulb in the bathroom yet. You're going to make $1 million? Everybody, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I started creating these huge to-do lists, and I pretended that if somebody was to give me $1 million if I complete this entire list, and I started to live that way, not every day, but like several times a week, like $1 million, can you get this done? And I just started living like that over and over and over, and what happened was pretty soon everything in the past was wiped out, and it was like my mind opened up, and I've had $1 million idea after $1 million idea, and I've actually generated $1 million several times from one idea, but I've actually generated $1 million in a single day. And I believe when I started with that whole idea that I was going to receive $1 million if I completed everything in my life, it started to actually magnetize my mind to receive $1 million in a day. And it's happened. So it was just something that, you know, and then one of my best friends, Brett, come over and say hi real quick.
Yes,
Hi, guys.
See, Brett. Oh, so you guys can't actually.
Yeah, just click your screen share again and it'll pop off.
Wait a minute. Do you see me now? Do you see
Not
us?
yet. Keep going.
Wait for it.
There you go. Rock and roll.
Okay, there's B. So B actually started he started mentoring alongside me in my business and seeing how life was working. Like I was playing for hours a day and working for maybe 3 to 4 hours a day and making, you know, $15,000 that week or $20,000 that week, and had the family thing going. And we're not perfect or anything, but we have a really vivacious, lively family, and kids are doing stuff, and we got connections all over the world, and it's just really, really fun. And Brett was like, you've got to export this to the world. Like, people need to know how this happened. They need to know everything that happened. And Brett actually started doing some $1 million a day type experience. Brett, why don't you share a 30 seconds from your $1 million a day experience? Look into this camera, and then I'll get crazy back, and we'll go wild.
You know, I think the $1 million day, it blew me away how productive I could actually be. And I had an understanding. Most people, like for me, I used to think those people got lucky, or millionaires this, like there's some secret formula. And the reality is it just takes work. And once I realized that, I'm like, I can accomplish being a millionaire because I know what it takes now.
Right, and he's shared it with a bunch of his friends who are 20 and 19 and 18, and they're saying they've achieved more in a day than they have in the last 5 years. You know what I mean?
That's
and so B, just bring you over there
real quick. This is what excited me about it when I was seeing Brett. Hold on, real quick. Come back. What excited me about this is Mark runs this little awesome community that's just starting up. It's actually growing really fast with guys Brett's age, and it's exciting that not only is this $1 million a day concept for people who are really fed up with their life and want to go after their dreams, but it's literally clicking with young guys, which is amazing, right? So, I mean, Brett, is there anything that you've ever seen that has really turned your group of guys into just like go-getters, like anything that you've ever done prior to that? I mean,
you know, I really haven't. I've seen like a lot of mindset stuff. Like Mark brought me alongside, and as my mindset shifted, this is exactly what I needed to make that quantum leap from A to B to C, and actually take it into practicality. Because if my normal living space isn't clean, how do I expect to have like $1 million? It's just, it started connecting all the dots for me on how I was actually going to make this happen in a business sense as well as in my personal life. So It was really cool.
Right. And what it really allows people to do, it allows people to completely turn that psychic energy from the past into the future. Because everybody who's listening to us right now, I'm not making this up, every one of you have had $1 million idea. It might be a little thing, a little adaptation to a shoe, or it might be some idea for an app, or it might be some like information product that would change the way or help the way people parent, or help the way people get fit or strong, or overcome their addiction or whatever. We've had these ideas, but they're just, our mind just gets sucked by all the junk in our past that's undone. So really the idea of the $1 million day is not to just have a big spring cleaning and that's it, and now we're all even. The point is we get so freed up mentally that now everything can move forward. Every idea can move into the future, and that's where the power of this thing is. So really we're just starting with the $1 million days to open up mental space to create and to be hustle and to activate like our action muscles and to wake those frickin' things up. Because you guys can do things that you're going to fascinate yourselves, as some of you already have on the $1 million day, and wait till the ideas, you know, a lot of that was just the past. Now your ideas are going to get implemented, and things get crazy. I promise you, things get just absolutely crazy.
I mean, it's kind of a testimony as to how crazy it is right now. We have 420 people listening right now. This is insane, right? So it's like the fact that if we normally, you know, we've done other webinars and we've had things, you know, happen where it's like really exciting and all that, but it's hard to get people to really take action. But we have so many people going through this training. It's going to be wild to see how fast everything keeps growing, because we're all starting with the foundation of removing all the crap that was holding us back, you know. So this is a testimonial. The amount of people that are on this line right now is a testimonial to the power of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So
You know, the other crazy thing, we were just eating at a golf course, and it was just loaded with potential. It's a beautiful golf course. It's a beautiful steakhouse setting, but there's just things that you can see just haven't been done. They're behind. You can tell that the business is behind. There's dust in the corners. There was just some stuff. And we were like, these people need $1 million day. A couple $1 million days will ship this business up, and then they can start promotional activities. But right now, they're just huffing and puffing to keep up with the current, and most of us are there. Most of us are just huffing and puffing in the grind to keep our head above water. It's almost like we're in a current, and like this is life, and it's the water, and we're just doggy paddling to keep our head above the financial stress of it, to keep our health above everything, and we're just like this. And what $1 million day can do, I think, is literally take you out of the water, put you on a rock, and it's like, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want it to stand for? What do I want my legacy to be? How much do I want to earn? Who do I want my friends to be? And you can actually spend all that energy into the future. Vince, I'm obviously pretty hyper about this concept, but I'm thrilled at how it's really taken off in a crazy way.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. I mean, you've been doing it. Obviously, this is how you started your business, with this kind of mentality, and got rid of all the crap in your life to be able to do all that. But you've never really taught it straight up until it was only, what, a month ago now?
A few months ago, it was just Shani got into journaling, and she was showing her journaling thing, and I was like, you know what? I got to teach this idea, because like people are too slow. They get an idea and then they're slow. But I was like, you know, it's not even their fault. I mean, let's just work with the mental technology of how they think, and let's purge all this crap off their mind so that they can just start sprinting and feeling like the wind. You want life where the wind is at your back, right? Like it's just like you can just run and surge with your ideas, and that's how we've been able to, you know, merge so quickly with ILN and just move ideas fast so forward. So yeah, it was just in the last few months, and right on that little launch when I taught it, you know, it was $37 for just show up for a 90-minute webinar, and I'm going to show you this, and people just started going crazy. We wiped out, it was close to 1,000 years on that moment, and then we started sharing it, and Brett started sharing it with his friends, and we just started seeing all this transformation. So I think we have a little bit of a movement, and the best part is it's not a movement on false promises. It's a movement on, if you engage your life all the way, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to find money. Like Mike actually found money.
Yeah,
he
that was
just
cool.
discovered money, and checks that weren't cashed, and like crazy things start popping up. So it's a movement based on diligence, and that's where all the magic is.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit with you guys who are on the line or who are watching this recording. You're on this page right here. As you can see, you got a crazy face on that pause video. But if you scroll down, you'll scroll down past this cool little image right here, and you'll get to see exactly how you get access inside of the Apprentice membership, what gives you access to this training. So what I want to talk about real quick is here's what you guys are going to get access to. It's the Internet Lifestyle Network University, and this is where everybody is watching this video. As you can see right here, it's a 2-hour-long webinar where, Mark, I think you went pretty much crazy for every single second of that. It was a crazy webinar. I mean, I'm talking crazy, hyper, amazing. It was just really, really powerful. But that's why, dude, it was the quickest 2 hours of my life. It was nuts. So anyways, what's fun about this is not only do we have this $8-figure $1 million day, but Mark's so cool at gamifying everything. So he turned this into a really cool game where you guys add up points and you do all kinds of fun stuff, and you post inside of our private Facebook group right here as well, and you post all these crazy lists about what you're, you know, writing off. So as you can see right here, Vidal, he just posted this 4 hours ago, and as you can see right here, yeah, here's this list right here. So you can see over here he's been holding on to that for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 2 years. So there's all this undone junk. I mean, we can go after person showing this. All the people on the line have gone through this, and it's absolutely amazing. We'll hear about them here in a second. But, I mean, you could scroll through this group, and it's just like list after list of people writing off years. I mean, look at this, Mark. There's like 1 million lines, and I don't even know how to explain it, how many lines there are in that. But it's just insane. So anyway, so here's where you guys get access to it. Once you go down below, all right, so right here on this webinar you're watching, you scroll down, you come down, you see what you get access to. The only thing that we're talking about tonight is this $1 million day. If you just click on this button, you'll go here and you'll be able to sign up. It's only $14.95 a month to get access to the university. All right, so you're going to jump inside of here. You're going to watch this video. You're going to go through the game. You're going to have fun, blah, blah, blah. So down here below, what I want to show you is just right now we already have 49 comments of people just going crazy about this. As you can see, Moku's stuck in procrastination. So you can see we got video after video of people really kind of making this concept viral, which is really exciting because we know that if people are doing videos and they're excited about it, and all the people on this line are here today because they've done videos about this, that there's something super powerful, because it's hard to make that step of somebody doing a video, right? And it's just exciting. So, all right, so Moku's done a video. As you see, Jeremy on the line's done a video. Renee on the line's done a video. You guys can get back and check these out here later, and I actually have them below this video right now that you guys are watching. But as you can see, I mean, people are just going crazy. 53 years of procrastination wiped out. Jason, 166 years. Right here, 72 years of procrastination right out here on Corina. I mean, it's just fun. We have a good time inside of here. All right? So what I want to do is just real quick, I want to tell you guys about how to get access to that again right here. One more time. I'm going to show you all if you're just jumping online, because I see a lot of people jumping on. Scroll down below this video. Right here, you're going to see Get My Internet Lifestyle Network Apprentice Membership. Scroll on down below. You can click anywhere on this image, to be honest. Scroll on down below. Boom. Click on Get My Apprentice Membership right here. You're just going to sign up. It'll take you literally about 3 minutes to sign up. It takes you super fast. And you'll get in, you'll get access, you'll get your login information to, boom, get right back here in the Internet Lifestyle University. All right, so you can actually do this $1 million day that we're talking about. So now what I want to do is I actually want to, let me come back here because it's so weird for me to talk to the screen anymore now that we got Hangouts. Okay. But what I want to do is I'm super excited to share. I think the first person who did a $1 million day video is either Matthew or Steve. Steve or Matthew, raise your hand if you think you were first that did the video, because I think one of you guys did it.
I think Steve got in right before us.
Yeah, okay, here's my magic gloved hand. It was probably right. It might have been me.
So I don't know if you know about this, Mark, but Steve literally went yesterday and got his first treatment for radiation for cancer. So this dude is going through a thing where most people would have tons of excuses in their life, right? So he's supposed to actually be throwing up and doing all kinds of stuff right now. He's got gloves on because he's radioactive. But, Steve, you still did your $1 million. What day did you do your $1 million day?
I did it on Monday, the day before this whole thing went down, first thing, and then it just sort of spread actually over 2 days. So for me, it was more like a $150 kind of day. It was not that I couldn't get it done in one day, but there was just so much need for this to get done and tackled. It needed to be done because when I talk about my $1 million day, it's not just about behind the drawer faces, the closed closets. It's not just about things in unopened boxes like I wrote earlier. It's about actually cleaning out myself. And you know, when you have an illness, there's more inside yourself that you have to tackle than is what inside the four walls of your home. So this $1 million day to me is literally about cleaning more than just the physical things in my life. It's about healing. It's about getting myself on the right track to where I need to be in life. Without this, I don't know where I'd be. I would literally be still stuck in some isolation, lead-lined booth somewhere. But because I have this, because I found the entire Internet Lifestyle Network that allowed me to get out of that little lead-lined box that I was living in, it just you know, it created $1 million worth of cleaning. Like, it just doesn't get any better than that.
You know, what's exciting to me about you, Steve, is when you've been writing inside this group, is you're talking about the support that you're getting beyond even this $1 million day, because, I mean, that's a scary deal. Most people are scared of that, and, you know, Steve's just been really pushing through everything, and I really believe that, you know, with Mark's $1 million day and the wisdom and leadership skills that you're getting mixed with this family, this combination, right, that you're getting with the support, and I mean, dude, we've had hundreds of prayers go out for Steve in the last few days, which is even more exciting. Is it's just that feeling. So talk a little bit about Steve, just that real quick feeling of, you know, not only the $1 million day, but mixing that with like this whole environment, right? You talked a little bit about it just now, but just maybe a little bit more on the actual just being part of this.
Yeah. First and foremost, you know what? It's a big honor to be here with everybody. Second of all, it's props for you guys. Literally, my friends and my family around here have been good to me. My wife has been great, but you guys have been awesome. The community that we have established there, the response that I got from everybody inside the network, even a little bit beyond, has been literally life-changing, hence the reason I will be here today. Tomorrow I will live forever for this. This is exactly where I want to be in life, and everybody has to get on board and see the community that's out there. I literally we're talking with people on the phone today, and they said, you know, we've shopped around, we've seen different things that are out there, but the community that's inside the Internet Lifestyle Network keeps coming back, and we see how they're helping you heal. And that is by far the biggest thing I have gotten out of this, more than money, more than contacts, more than anything. It's the support that everybody there has given me. Literally every hour I can refresh my phone, my laptop, anything, and I see one more person saying, hey Steve, how you doing today? Just wanted to check in. People are posting pictures of flowers on my wall. Where else does that happen? That's just that doesn't happen in life. That's never happened to me. I mean, I'm going on 20 years of service in the military, okay? That's great and all, but where are all my friends that, you know, that I've spent 20 years working beside, busting my boo-boo beside, you know, doing everything I do? Where are these guys? You know, I've given sweat, blood, and tears to them. And everybody here, I don't know what to say, guys. Literally, I mean, I know I've got to get this radioactivity out of me somehow, but, you know, it's working its way out of places it wasn't supposed to. Let me work this out. But literally, guys, that's the first and foremost thing, Vince. Above all is the community that is inside what I found at Island right now. Has brought me to a whole different place than I was a month ago. And without that, I promise you I'd be sitting in the bed in the basement with the door closed right now, wondering where else could I be in life.
You know, Steve, Vince, if I can chime in for just a second. Steve, that was super powerful. And I did watch your video on your $1 Million Day and it cracked me up. One of the secrets of the $1 Million Day, when you integrate it into a community like this, is because other people are doing it, it actually requires less willpower than you think. You know what I mean? Because you're harvesting this collective willpower and it's making it lighter on everybody to do it. And that's why so many people are doing it. They're cheering it on. And Angie, I've seen you and Nikki communicate back and forth on your $1 Million Days. And Brenda, I've seen you post on your $1 Million Days and people chiming in and supporting. And it's just like I said, everything in my vision of life is that the wind is on people's back. That's what I want to create. Wind on your back, right? You can go forward, you can do this, and you can do it. And when you're doing it with a bunch of people, it becomes lighter, and 1 + 1 = 11 in that kind of setting. So, Steve, you're just an early inspiration to all of us. So appreciate your effort.
Thanks.
Totally, man. It's so funny you just chimed in and said that, Mark, because I was literally about to ask you what you felt about the community that is happening here in your 5 years of being online and really going after it. Like,
I've never seen anything like this. Nothing close. In fact, Shani and I are just like, I'm marveled, and Rhonda's leadership, and I'm just seeing all this leadership just emerge and all this synergy. And I've told Shannon, I don't know what's going on over here, but Vince and these guys are crazy. Like,
that's
going down.
That's super exciting. All right, Matthew, I want to bust you out, brother, and you and your wife did it. And a cool thing that popped out was during their $1 Million Day, they actually earned money, literally, by finding $50 in a drawer they were cleaning out that wanted to clean or something like that. I don't know where you found the 50, but talk a little bit, Matthew, about it, and you know, just kind of share a little bit your thoughts about when people get inside that $1 Million Day in this community.
Yeah, the $50 was a birthday check that had been missing since my last birthday, and it was ironically the weekend before. We were actually with my parents, and my mom's like, well, let me write you another check. I was like, no, we'll find it. We just got to do something. So it was literally like scoring a touchdown with 1 second left of the game, finding that check. So that was a really cool thing. You know, Christine's coming across here, so she's just jumping in. She just got off a webinar. She just grabbed herself a cold one, and she's coming in. So, you know, the cool thing was on that is, you know, we sat down, we had a huge list, and I was, to be honest with you guys, I was like, I don't even know how we're going to do this. And there's a couple times on Saturday, I was like, I don't know how this is going to happen. And she was a trooper. She was just like, look, we're getting it done. We are getting it done. And it made me think of the fact that, you know, when your back's against the wall, you do whatever it takes, no matter what's going on. I mean, Steve's a great example. I mean, how inspiring is that for him to come out and do what he's doing in the face of what he's facing right now?
Crazy.
I just think I'm sitting there whining because I don't know how we're going to get it all done. So, but, you know, the way the community supported us and stuff we were putting out there. I mean, sometimes it was a grind. I mean, we started out early outside to bust that stuff out, but it wasn't so much about cleaning up our house. It was literally about cleaning up our mind, because we had moved 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and there was still stuff we hadn't completed with the move. Hadn't completed address changes for our LLCs. We hadn't moved health insurance stuff over. There was a lot of admin stuff that if something went wrong, we literally would have been screwed, because things were in the wrong place, pointed in the wrong direction. You know, insurance companies love to say, well, hey, man, that's not the right address. We can't help you. And so it was just so amazing on everything that we got done, but more so how the people were jumping out and supporting us on all through that day. I mean, and we started early. We started at 7 and went through to 10:30 at night.
No, I went beyond 10:30.
Yeah, that's right. You were up journaling until midnight. I saw the Sandman at 10:30. I said, let's go for a walk. So he and I went for a walk, and I was out making Z's. But, back to the community aspect on this. Now, Mark knows a little bit about this, because he knows us from before ILN, but we were done. We were just so done with internet marketing. We were just so done with, we just wanted to literally take our skin off, because we were just done with the promises and just all these people out there making all these claims and claiming to have communities, but it wasn't really anything there. And when we met you in Arizona last year, and as we started watching the community grow, we got all in, because this is where we want to show people how they can live a life like we are fortunate enough to live. We right now are able to work from wherever we want to. We've been able to take the concepts that we've learned in the same courses you can get from the Internet Lifestyle Network, the Solomon CEO, the branding courses and everything that you can get from the back office. We've implemented all those in our lives. I mean, I go to church now because of Solomon CEO. And you can ask this woman, do you want to go to church? I'm like, no, honey, I've made my peace with God. I'm good.
It's true.
And as soon as I took Solomon CEO, I was like, there's a part of my life that I need some leadership and guidance in, and that's where I'm going to get it from. And I saw that void, and it opened up my eyes, and it opened up my heart to receive that.
That's super powerful, man. Wow.
And, so it's above and beyond just clearing up your mental real estate. We're getting ready to do our second $1 million day, which we're going to call the business version, because now that we have all this real estate, man, we want to invest in it. We want to get it out there, and we want to show people how simple it is that you can start doing the same thing that we did. You can start having this life. You don't have to wait. You don't have to make $1 million. For less than the cost of taking your family out to dinner, you can have access to everything that we're talking about right now. And that's huge. There's no this, big massive down payment and then this $300 a month deal to get in this. I mean, it's right there for the taking, and you can hang out with people like Steve and like Mark and everybody, Brenda, Rhonda, everybody on the line here. You can literally hang out with these people all the time. I mean, I watched Facebook blow up today. It was unbelievable. I didn't get any work done today because I was watching all the stuff going on. It's just like, man, this is so freaking cool. People were texting me going, why don't you pick up the phone? I'm like, all right, I'll call you back. So, I mean, it's absolutely so cool. So don't do that if you're watching this. Don't just spend all your damn Facebook. You got to make some money. Just want to throw this.
Somebody said that earlier, Mark. They were saying that their whole news feed was filled with island stuff. They're excited about that. But
yeah.
Chime in on that, Mark, at all if you have any thoughts, man. But
well, I mean, Matt and Christine are amazing people. So ideally, just on a community level, what we like is we like transparency, and we like, internet marketing. For a lot of people, they come to it and they think it's a return on investment instead of a return on effort. So the whole ILN base, the foundation of the apprenticeship, is come in and invest your effort. Not, money. You don't get a return on investment in internet marketing. You get a return on effort. That's all you get a return on. So we want to set and kind of prime the pump that you come in, you give yourself, your own clearing, full and total $1 million like attention. And it's going to just open up, it's going to free. And as this develops, people will experience this, and it will be like the private conversations after the conferences when we're smoking cigars and laughing. People's sex lives will increase, because when your mind is loaded with crap, the intimacy is hard in a marriage. Your productivity will surge. You'll have ideas, and your default response is like, well, why wait on that? let's just do that now. Like, let's do it right away. Like, Brenda, when it was it might have been a month or two ago, and I didn't know you did like 3 platinums. You made like 10 grand or something out of nowhere. And I just got the report, and I was like, Brenda looks like she's making a bunch of sales. And you're like, yeah, I made 10 grand. I'm like, well, you want to do an interview like right now? And she's like, when? I'm like, now. And then we pump it out. People see it, more people buy, everything surges, but most people would sit there and go, oh, we should do an interview with Brenda. Brenda put together a PowerPoint. Let's connect. When should we schedule it? Holy shit, the next thing, it's 7 weeks later. This thing's still not done. Nobody knows the story. So what you're going to do is you're going to develop a default reaction to work. And in doing that, it's going to buy back your life. You're going to have freedom and time freedom, and your videos are going to be working for you, and your network's going to be working for you, and everything starts falling into place.
That's so powerful. It is. I mean, you know, just in you and me, Mark, and Clifton and Ashley, who's running this company, is like, we got this stuff done within okay, so we've finalized our ideas on this, but we've got this done in less than like 3 weeks. And this is like a project that would normally take people 6, 7, 8 months minimum.
Yeah, we have found, I mean, I don't know how many affiliates, I don't know how many we have now, but like our Facebook group's at what?
It's a little over 1,000 now, 1,151.
That's just crazy for that fast. You know what I mean? It's nuts.
It is. It's totally awesome. I mean, it just shows. It's just the power of that's what I love about Island, is now that you're here, it's like people aren't going to win off of just making money or learning how to make money or anything like that. They're literally going to win off of what you're giving them inside. So it's like, that's the huge difference between anything out there right now. Is like, you'll get in something, you'll learn how to make money, blah, 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 but nobody wins. So what happens, like 99% of people aren't going to win in the money-making game. So what's going to happen is they're going to leave. Well, with us, no matter the people that you bring inside this network, if they make money that month or not, they're going to win big, right? They're going to feel amazing. The leadership's going to be amazing. So the stick rate's going to be amazing. So your residual income's going to be amazing. But not only that, it's just exciting that, you know, the value that you're promoting and you're bringing to people here for only $14.95 to get in that first level. It's just like, you can feel so damn good about it. You know what I mean? You know it's not a money game. You know this is the real deal. You know their life's going to change. You know what I mean? So it's just it's just amazing, Mark.
And it's really hard to object to, like, and that's why like Solomon gets so little flack. Like, we don't have a lot of haters out there. And I think it's because, like, oh, you know, these guys are promoting, like, work your ass off, you know, and get your life in order. Like, we're just promoting, like, if you engage fully in your life and in your potential, there's going to be amazing results. And if you make speed your MO, there's going to be amazing results. And like Brenda with her girl there, you're going to be able to spend days with your kids, like Rhonda vacationing, or not even vacation, just living mobile. Creating experiences that are really the internet lifestyle. What is it to me? Like, I'm in North Dakota right now. I have one of my best friends that's here. We're hanging out. We were riding four-wheelers till right before this. We were at a golf course before that. We worked for about 4 hours before that. But it's like being with who you want to be with, traveling where you want to travel. Vince, I got your email today. You're flying out at the end of the month. We're going to hang out. It's about developing best friends, new best friends, friends you don't even know exist yet, are going to enter your life through this network, and you're going to have bonds and ties, just like Steve was saying. Like, he's working side by side with people, and it's no fault to them that they're not showing up the way we're showing up. They're just different. We're cut from different cloths, so it's no big deal. But the thing is, when you get around like-minded people, you'll have friends in every city in the country. I mean, it gets crazy.
It is. It's so exciting. And I think, like, there's never been a community that I've been around, because I've been in a couple different companies, been to some live events. There's never been a community when we get together and have that celebration. You guys can actually see a video below when we were in Vegas. Like, it is a freaking blast, man. There's no stuck-up people. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the big-time earners are awesome. Like, it's just crazy. And then all the people who are in here, all of our mindsets are on this different page. Like, it's a freedom mindset, which is so different. It's not a going to 100 meetings mindset. It's not working your balls off going somewhere else down the road for like 45 minutes to get to a meeting place. This is like what we do. We sit behind a computer, have fun, and then go to these live events and just kick it. I mean, I'm talking about having the most freaking fun in your life at these events. So it's like,
I think that's because most of us, none of us came, like most of us who join internet marketing, and this is, this is just a tell. Like most of us are not like high-ranking killer executives with making a bunch of money. Me, I came to this industry in desperation. I hated working for somebody. I was broke. I wanted freedom. I just wanted freedom so badly. I could just physically taste it. And so a lot of us come from just super humble spots. So when you achieve, like if you were bankrupt and this and that and you're down and you make it, there's a sense about you where you have a little less uppityness, because a lot of us didn't come from wealthy families. We didn't go to Ivy League schools. We weren't given great corporate jobs. Like that's just not who most of this niche is. So I think there's just kind of a transparency and a chill about it all.
Totally.
I want to hear from Angie. I want to hear from Brenda and Ron. I want to hear, and Renee is kicking it out. Renee, I've watched some of your posts as well. Like you are, I don't know where you came from, but you are coming hard into this community and taking leadership, and it's so exciting. So yes, awesome. You got to shut me up a little bit.
Chime it in here, Renee. That's what actually I was about to go to her right now. You're on the same page right now, Mark. We're kicking it. All right, Renee, I think you might be muted right now, so go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go. All right, so talk a little bit about. Let me make sure you're in. I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, good. Okay, so you have posted some crazy, amazing, awesome videos, all right, about this $1 Million Day, and you're just really super excited and pumped up. You feel amazing, and I mean, you obviously present that on these videos. Talk a little bit about that, real fast, and then also talk a little bit about this community, because for me, like, I get so pumped up about community, right? Because I feel like finally having a family to run with is so exciting. But talk a little bit about Mark's $1 Million Day, how much it's shifted your mindset, your life, all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely two levels on this. The $1 Million Day, I can't even explain to you all out there what it did for my mindset. I went through the Solomon course, and there was something that was still holding me back. It was the most phenomenal course. I worked my buns off in there to do everything that I could, and there was something stuck. And when I got to the $1 Million Day, I watched it. It was 2 hours, and like you said, Vincent, it was like the fastest 2 hours. It was like, oh my gosh, it's done already. I sat here for 2 hours and I just watched it. And I wrote my list, and I wrote my list, and I wrote my list, and I wrote my list. And it was nothing like you guys, but it was still 32.9. And then as I kept going, it kept adding, and it kept adding, and it kept adding. So I made it for the next day. And I think it was Tanisha that had said she couldn't sleep. I was so excited that I couldn't. I was like, I want to start now, but I had my goal. And when I finally started it, I got up, like I had my alarm set for 4 in the morning. I got up at 3:30 by myself, and I was like, yes, let's have a coffee, let's go. And I'm going to tell you, I worked my butt off. I organized, I cleaned, from drawers to ceiling fans. Okay, let's talk about the ceiling fan for a minute, because this is where the universe for me came in. And all along, I stayed off of Facebook for a reason, but every now and then I would go in and check just on the LILN community. And let me tell you what, there's muscles that I didn't even know I had. I was getting tired, drinking coffee, drinking water, and I'm like, hey, just eat tiny little bit. And every time I looked, like Steve had even said it in his thing, if there's somebody else like saying, that's it, Renee, keep going, that's awesome. I'm like, wow, like, okay, all right, I got another burst of energy, and I go. So I'm up on the ladder because they're I don't know, they're 20 whatever foot ladders, it doesn't matter. And this is the shift in the universe. I was having issues finding good people. Now, Mark, one of the things that you spoke about in Solomon is being picky and choosy, and choosing good people was something else that I was working in, and I was being picky and choosy, and I was frustrated. I was honestly frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself because it's just not working. So I'm on a ladder I hear my Gmail going off. I hear my phone ringing. So I climb down off the ladder. Within a half an hour, I had two people that wanted to work with me for something. And let me tell you, I sat down for a minute, and I was just like, you know, to me, nothing is a coincidence. It's God works in mysterious ways, and I am such a true and firm believer of that. And, you know, one of the other things that I did, and I know this is the $8 million day, but when Solomon was, when I wrote my prayer, and I wrote it with all my heart and soul. And you know what, everybody, I get down on my knees every morning, and I open my Solomon book, and every night before I go to bed, and I'm getting all teary-eyed, everything is coming together. And after I finished the $8 million day, it was like, I can't even explain it. It was like the clutter was gone. I didn't have to sit there and think about the drawer. I didn't have to. I've been married for 3 years. I've never changed my Social Security card. All I had to do was mail in the paperwork. Yeah. That's all.
What I feel, Renee, what I feel from you right now, because you can't, I could tell you're like, so, what I feel, Mark, is what's happening with Renee right now is like this huge sense of freedom that's coming over her life, right? Is that one way you could sum up almost the way you're feeling right now? Because I can feel that excitement. And Mark, how many people have came to you with this kind of feeling, like, oh my gosh?
Yeah, this happens over and over and over, like clockwork, and I haven't gotten sick of it yet. Amazing hearing stories like Renee. I'm just totally hypnotically into what you're saying, because we've had people who go through Solomon and they'll say, like, I had a goal to have political influence in my town, and the next week I met the mayor, like, for the first time, and he invited me to a meal. Like, crazy things happen. But I believe that the earth was designed to respond to effort and just to respond to work, and that work is a miracle. Work actually performs miracles. And so that's what Renee, what I think you did is you opened up that space. And you know, there's a scripture that says, you know, you've got to be faithful with the few before you can enter to the many. So you've got to be really good with what you got. So we have our life, and a lot of it's in chaos, and it's messy, and we have drawers, we have a kitchen, it's a disaster, we have a garage, it's overpacked, we have a bookshelf, it's so filled with crap, no new books could get in there, and we're not being really great with what we got. So what the $1 Million Day allows us to do is, like, say, you know what, world and earth and God and everybody in my sphere, I'm good with what I got. And it's just an invitation to more. It's an invitation, like you said, Renee, to new clients calling you, saying, hey, let's do work. Let's collaborate. I want to connect to that kind of energy. And it happens, and it happens in mass, and it happens like it's a very you don't, until it's experienced, it can't be described, really.
That's why, Renee, I think it is almost this indescribable feeling when your mind opens up and you have that shift. I know what you mean. You'll get your words for it, like, totally down, but it's just like freedom is the easiest thing that I could probably say for the way that you're feeling. I could tell that your mind has really released. I mean, a lot. I could tell that there was a lot stored up in there, and you have totally released it. It's really, it's super powerful. It's really super powerful. Thank you so much for sharing all that. Seriously.
Thanks, Renee.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're awesome. If you guys want to get this power, all right here on this page that you're watching, scroll down below. You're going to see Get My Internet Lifestyle Network Apprentice Membership. What's going to happen is you'll come on down here. You'll click on this little membership card. You'll get into our apprentice membership. It's only $14.95 a month. It's like the price of a decent meal. You'll get inside. You'll get access to the Internet Lifestyle Network University right here. You'll jump inside. You'll get this $1 Million Day that everybody's talking about. It's a 2-hour-long deal. Like I said, it goes by in literally probably 20 minutes. It's really, really powerful. You'll play this really fun game. You'll add up your points. You'll post all over the world. You'll get people attracted to what you're doing. You'll come down here and you'll post how many days and awesome videos, but how many years of procrastination that you're taking off your life. It's really, really powerful. So, all right, let's keep moving along here, Mark, because I promised you that we'd only be like 45 minutes with you, but we're already over it. You know how that goes. But, Renee, that was awesome. Appreciate that. Let's move on to let's go with Angie. I think Angie was the next video I actually saw. So let's try to get through real fast with the next few people really quick, and then we'll come back to you guys. I want to get Mark off of here because he's got to go rock out some other stuff. But Angie, real quick, how awesome was the $1 Million Day? And where do you think your future is going with this island network?
Can you hear me?
You were good.
Angie,
Okay.
I've already got to overtake this, Angie. I've told your story, just so you know. I've told your story over 100 times. And it was the story when you bought GRN 1,000 years ago. You either text me or you called me or you emailed me and you were like, I never thought my kids would see Disney. And I never thought they'd see the ocean. But GRN allowed me to get there for $2.98. And we just sucked it up and we got there and you just had a heck of a time. And I remember the pictures. I probably sold, $500,000 of GRN based on your story, Angie. Little sidebar.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, I did. I joined with you, Mark, in '08, forever ago. And I'll tell you what, there was not the community back then
No.
that there is now. And, I marketed for a little while, and I really did not do a good job. I was not successful, and I was on information overload, and I just let myself get bogged down, and I gave up, and I quit. And I was in a toxic environment at the time, and I just didn't know where I needed to be, where I wanted to be. And I watched from the sidelines for a really long time. I watched people succeed. I watched people do well, and I kept saying, why didn't I keep going? Why, what is going on with me to where I could not do that? Well, I figured it out. And I was bogged down with junk. And I've taken several years to get to a place where I can feel free and move forward. And this $1 Million Day just brought me to a place of understanding just what it's all about and giving me the confidence to where I can say, you know what, I can do this and I will do this. And I'm going to move forward with this school of fish that I have found, and we're all going towards the same direction, and we're going to get there together. And I think that's one of the biggest things with this $1 Million Day is that we're all cheering each other on, we're all, supporting each other, and we're finding our place in our journey towards freedom. And it feels amazing. I mean, I was able to get rid of VHS tapes that I swear I was stuck in the early 90s, VHS tapes that I had sitting on my shelf for so many years that they didn't empower me. They did not empower me. And that's the one thing I took from it the most, Mark, was the empowerment. If you look at something in your home and it doesn't make you feel good and you feel negatively about it or get an icky feeling when you look at that, I had some things in my life that I felt that way when I looked at them and I was not empowered. And I got rid of them. And I'll tell you what, half of my house is empty now, but that's okay. I don't care. I've made room for better things, for more things. And I'm excited. I'm thrilled to death. And I'm doing another $1 Million Day tomorrow.
Love it.
And that's going to be my business, paperwork, files, organization. And I am thrilled to death. And I'm going to do a third one too. You watch, by the end of the month, I'm going to do a third $1 Million Day. And I'm going to bust out with a bunch of videos that I've been wanting to shoot that I've been afraid to shoot. I've put things off from fear.
Yeah,
And
well,
that was another thing I'm not doing anymore.
what's cool, everybody, is what you're going to do as you purge through your life with these $1 Million Days is pretty soon you're going to arrive at a place where you're like, I have nothing else to do but succeed now. Like, there's nothing else to do. There's nothing but productivity. There's nothing but future. There's nothing but dreams. There's nothing but goals and experiences I want to create. And all your psychic energy is going to move to the future. And that's when life accelerates. That's when abundance takes a tipping point in your life. That's when ideas flourish. That's when networks are attracted. That's when a whole new type of personality shows up in your own life, but also what you attract as a network of friends. And everything gets pretty wild at that point. And you're on the path. I can feel it and I can hear it, and I'm proud of you.
One thing too that I want to chime in, and then we're going to go to Jeremy. But when you're talking about removing things in your house that made you not feel, you know, powerful or whatever. You got to also think and move beyond that into who's in your life and who's really influencing you, right? Because for me, when I started, when Mark took me under his wing about 7 months ago and totally changed my life, is the only person that I really talk to are the people who matter. So I only talk to Mark. I only talk to people who matter to really get our business and our dreams to the next level. So you got to watch out for the dream suckers. Literally, there's people in your life, just like those material things in your house and things like that will suck away that energy. Think about the people in your life that are going to be sucking away that energy, and seriously, don't feel bad about it. Get rid of them, right? So you got to purge some more stuff besides just material things too. For those of you guys who are out there, think about those people, because it is so true. The people who you hang around, I mean, you're like the sum total of those people who you're around. And so now that I'm around Mark, income's just flying, you know. Then I'm around, you know, some of my friends now are, you know, Mark's friends, and they have huge income. So it's like my vision and my dreams and my goals are just like completely different, right? So it's exciting to move on beyond even those material things. You really got to think how closely you are to some of these people who might be sucking away some of those dreams that you guys have. So just want to chime in there too, Mark. I mean, was that huge too for you, Mark, when you started?
I think what it was for me, it was limited time with a lot of my friends. So I never actually cut off any friend. Like, I just don't feel good about that kind of mentality, but limited time, right? So they go to start drinking and doing wings and beer at 6 on Monday Night Football, and they're there from 6 to midnight. Well, I come in the fourth quarter, right? And I have a beer, and I have a couple bites of wings, and we cheers, and we give high fives, and I'm out of there. So it's just limited. Does that make sense, everybody? So I've never cut anybody out of my life. That's just not how I operate. But limiting influence, because that's not maybe a habit that I'm game for.
I guess it would depend on personalities, because I'm like an addictive personality. So if I do the fourth quarter wing thing, I'm gonna go the second quarter next time. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and you do have to work your own personality. Like, nobody's cookie cutter. We're all extremely unique. So you got to develop your own personal philosophy on what works, what doesn't work, what gives you energy, what sucks energy. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So for me to cut off somebody, that would drain my energy. But to actually show up in the fourth quarter, that gives me like, see, I still care. I love you guys. Yeah. But really, it's key, because you only have so much relational space. So you've got to kind of desire. And part of what we do in Solomon, some of this stuff, is we actually have you we challenge you, like in dreamscaping in Solomon, like, who do you want to be friends with? Like, you can actually make that a goal, and it's not weird, but it's like, who do you have favorite authors that you want to like hang out with, or athletes, or rock stars, or sports athlete? Like, you can intend people to show up in your life, and the minute you do, it releases an energy of attraction. I'll tell you one story, and I'm done on this one. Is I had never thought I wanted to be a billionaire. Like, I actively opposed being a billionaire. It was actively opposed. I was like, no, that sounds like, you know, I'm a millionaire and it's enough work. I don't want to be a billionaire and take on 10 times. And this lady came up to me and said, I know a few billionaires, and they have the most lifestyle freedom of anybody I've ever met. And that kind of caught my ear. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, they have people there. They do whatever they want, whenever they want. Their kids do whatever. Like, they have total freedom. And I was like, interesting. So I opened up the idea to being a billionaire, and within, not even kidding, 2 to 3 weeks, I got a phone call from a friend who's like, you know this guy? And I'm like, yeah, I know this guy. He's like, well, I have a billionaire who wants to talk to that guy. Can you connect them? Like, so I connected a billionaire with one of my millionaire friends, because he was an expert in this certain thing. And then another billionaire, Richard Branson, actually, another friend came into my life who's super connected to Richard Branson, and like 2 billionaires like showed up in my life in 3 weeks after I allowed the idea of, it's okay to be a billionaire. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's not even a goal, but I'm not against it anymore. So in this kind of space, what you want to do relationally is just desire. Like what do I want to have? Who do I want to hang out with? And pretty soon, all those people will be in your life. I want to be around vigorous, healthy, active people. That is my desire. And so when my friends come to town, we're hiking mountains, we're mountain biking, we're playing tennis, we're golfing. Like, we are active, hustling, fun, energetic people, and all of that shows up in my life because it's an intention. So tonight, right now, like there's hundreds of people listening, you can literally intend to have active, vivacious, wealthy friends, and they'll show up in your life based on your intention.
That's awesome. Great advice, my brother. All right, so let's move on real quick to Brenda. Rock it out, Brenda. Brenda is actually, and Rhonda, I have them on the line. Well, Brenda did a cool video, but Rhonda and Brenda are both already leaders in the internet marketing space. So I'm just excited to hear. You can actually see a fun and cute video below this video as well of Brenda with her kids. It was really funny.
That was hilarious.
It's hilarious because it's so true too, which is so cute about it. But Brenda, talk a little bit about, okay, so she's been in the industry, what, about 4 years now, Brenda?
Just a little over 3.5. Well, a little over 3.
So 3 years, and so what excites you about, because I know it's hard to take a leader from a space, right, and tell them that this is going to be really awesome. So what excites you about ILN? More than things that are out going on right now, because there's literally thousands of things you could be doing, but you're doing, and you're ready and excited about the Internet Lifestyle Network so much that you got your kids freaking out about it. So talk a little bit about that, I guess, and what does the Internet Lifestyle mean to you, essentially?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the internet lifestyle it's exactly it's creating what you want. Wherever you can work, wherever you want. I've got my phone, and especially now that it's summer with my girls, it doesn't. I mean, that's why we did that video. We had the day together, and I was like, okay, guys, I got to do something for the business today, and you guys are in charge of it. What are we going to do? This is what we want to do, and this is what we need to promote right now. What should we do? And they had project managers, and so we kind of created this little thing, and that video came about just from that one little day. But the internet lifestyle is, they know, and I'm teaching them, you create what you want. You don't have to go to your job. You can work wherever you want to work. And, Rhonda's family is an example of that also. They're traveling all over the place. And so, ILN, I just see after years of working all these different parts and different spaces and different communities, it's kind of all coming together into an area where all the products, I mean, Mark, every single product you've ever created, at least since Leadership Branding when I met you, I've purchased, and every single one, and I've learned something that's made my business grow even more. So I'm very excited that there's a place in ILN now that all that stuff is in there, because it's just, I wholeheartedly, completely recommend it because I went through it. And I even cringe listening in Leadership Branding because that was so brand new. And
you were so brand new, and I called you out, and I called you Glenda.
And you called me Glenda, yeah. And so people tell me that.
Glenda Gagney?
Something like that, yeah.
Who are you, Glenda?
Yeah, people go through your course now, and then they message me, and they're like, that was so funny. I saw, but that's why you guys have talked about the community. Absolutely. This community is definitely different. It's very, very different than anything I've been a part of, and the enthusiasm in this group is amazing. And, I know you're talking about the $1 Million Day tonight. Right now, and I was on the original webinar that you did a couple months ago, and it's funny because everybody coming into this right now that's doing it right now is so excited, and I almost think it's because there was a little bit of social proof from what we did, because I know when you first talked about this and I was on that webinar, I came from a different side, because I was like, okay, well, this sounds great, it's a good idea, but what does this really have to do with building your business? I mean, I was kind of yeah, that's cool. And, everything that you talk about, Mark, I always listen to it and say, okay, maybe I don't understand what he's doing, but I'm going to listen to him because obviously, there's more wisdom there, and then I'm going to learn from it. And so I full-heartedly went through it. I remember I took off, it was that Friday, I dropped my kids off at school, and I planned to do it the entire day, and I went into 2 a.m., and it continued on through Saturday and even Sunday, because it just took me that long to actually get through everything I needed to do. And what I realized after going through that, it was very, can you guys see me? My screen froze. Are we still good? Okay. It was enlightening to me because everything on that list, most of it was not business related. I mean, I'm on top of that. I had all that stuff that was done. It was personal and house stuff. And it was realizing that all my focus was really off balance, for one, and you can't have off balance. Obviously, you need to be well-rounded, and so a lot of the things I've been neglecting in the house that were just okay are all completely done now. I mean, we put out that list and we got estimates. I mean, our entire backyard, we got the roof done, we got the pool deck done, we got the landscaping, the backyard fence, all that stuff was truly due to the $1 Million Day from your idea to go through this. And after you know, it's been a little while since I've done that, but I notice now that things will pop into my head, and I'm kind of like, okay, I can get to that. And then there's like this nagging behind me, like, no, you don't want to have to go through that big thing again. Like, get it done now, and clear out your mind. And that's what's really the best part about this. So, I mean, I know it all incorporates into ILN, so I'm just really glad, you know, we're all together. We're doing this new community. And for anybody that's on the line right now, that you're kind of wondering, what is this? I mean, scroll below. You'll kind of see we're rolling out the apprentice membership. We've got these, you know, great trainings in there, but you also get access to this community, which in my opinion is extremely beneficial. So
huge. All right, Vince, I have an 8 o'clock, or I have a commitment I got to reach out to, so I got to rock and roll. Brenda, that was really powerful,
well,
and
it was absolutely true.
I think Vince disappeared here now.
What?
Is he here?
I see him.
Okay, Vince, you're still. Anyway, everybody, I got to rock and roll, but if I showed you my screen, we have people joining every minute right now. I'm looking at my merchant.
Mark, before you go real quick, talk about Rhonda, just how awesome of a leader she is.
Well, I mean, Rhonda doesn't even require my presence to let her.
No, but this actually, but Mark, can I tell you something? Because I know you were going to say that. Like Mark's like, yeah, whatever. She doesn't need it. I need to tell you this. Can I really like look at you in the face, virtual face right now, and tell you something?
Virtual face. Okay.
Because, all right, so I have to admit I haven't done my video yet, because when we started bringing all this out, I listened to first beginning. I'm like, I have nothing. I've been traveling. I have one bag, right? I expunge everything always, right? So I am like I never have clutter ever. All right, so I decide today, I was a little stressed out today. We're getting ready to move. We're getting ready to leave again. And this is the first we've been in one place for this long, 6 months. And we have accumulated a lot of stuff, right? So all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do this freaking thing. I got to get on this video right now because I'm so used to knowing how to do it, right? Yeah. So what happened, so I'm starting to listen to video. And what I realized, it's not the little accumulation stuff. There was so much stuff that I have 40, this is one page, just one page, 48 years that I have. And I'm like, no way. But it's because there's so many things I do for others, in front of others, for business. And I went, oh my gosh, I've stopped doing certain big things for me for a long time. And so I wanted you to know this was way more powerful for me than I actually thought it was going to be, and that's nothing against you. It was big for me. I mean, I've got some personal people that I need to call that I haven't called in 10 years. That really close people like my dad, right? Things that came up for me, and I'm like, wow, that is always in the back of my head. Always.
Wow.
So I know you need to go. So I wanted to thank you.
No, you know what though? Wow, I couldn't leave on a better note than that. I mean, the relational things, the stuff that happens is really, it's strange. Like, we had the story, you know, of the wife who's been wanting to talk to her husband for 2 years about his drinking situation and just figuring it out and problems. And she brought it up and it created peace in that environment. And those kind of things are happening. So this is a full life purge is what we're talking about. I had a 20-year-old kid who, just his old girlfriend, he would check her Instagram every day. And he'd see her Instagram and it'd bring him down every day. And so I asked him, and I said, well, does looking at that do anything for you? And he's like, no. I'm like, do you want to hit unfollow right now and just be done? He's like, I do. I'm like, let's do it. Boom, he hits unfollow. And then in the weeks that ensue, he's like, I have more free, my brain is freed up. It was getting sucked by that image of her, actually. So this thing takes on so many different, it's all personal, you know? And Rhonda, you took it into your personal world, and having the experience that you're having is super cool.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Really do.
All right, gang, I'm going to rock and roll, but Vince, you take it over. Everybody, Jeremy, I'm going to catch up with you later because I've been seeing what you're doing in the community. It's rocking. Everybody on here, you're amazing. Vince, take it away.
Rock and roll, brother. Peace. Jeremy, can you hear us, brother?
I think I am unmuted.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Hey, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was weird. You kept popping out. Was your internet going crazy or something?
Well, I've got like 3 laptops because I'm doing 3 different things at one time. So I had to shut a couple down. My Wi-Fi was getting sucked out.
All right, cool, man. Sorry, I mean, I would have brought you out earlier. I just didn't know what was going on with that. So
Oh, man, it's all good. It's all good.
Wanted to make sure you were rocking. So Jeremy posted this really awesome video about this $1 Million Day, and he tagged me in it. So it went on my wall, and I watched it, and it was, what is it, like 10 minutes or something? I don't watch anything.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the first one's that. The second one's 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I don't ever have that much time to watch it. So if somebody gets me to watch a video that long, it's something's cool about it, right? So Jeremy was real chill. He had some glasses on. He was just kicking it, but talking about how powerful this was at the same time. And you said some really awesome things in there, brother, about like, you know, what it's kind of doing as far as like opening up your mind and things like that. Can you guys still hear me? Something going crazy? All right, so so just talk a little bit about what you were saying and how this is really kind of, you know, making the vision of your life totally change and shift, because I know exactly what you're talking about when you were talking that video. I mean, when I got with Mark and really start to really get fed by that wisdom, everything in my mind shifted. So talk a little bit about what it is, what does this community mean to you, what's the internet lifestyle mean to you, and then what does that $1 Million Day mean to you now moving forward? You know, what did that do for you that clicked? And so people out here want to know what's going on with this $1 Million Day, because it's going crazy.
First, as I'm looking at all this stuff, out of all these badasses that you see that are on this panel, I'm the only one that's actually new to the community. I haven't been here for years or months. You know, I'm actually, I'd say 2 weeks into it. So, but what's going on with me is what Mark said to me that really, I guess, opened up my eyes to a whole new world, especially with the $1 Million Day, is when you create order, you start to see order, and basically what Rhonda's whole life is right now. But then everything becomes order. So for me, I'm a very big law of attraction kind of guy, the power of intention. And on a personal note, I thought I had all my crap together. You know, I didn't think I had any issues. You know, I'm successful in my other business. I'm doing very well. I'm not a big-time leader. I'm not a big-time earner. But what I got from this community, just this community alone, I haven't even posted my videos inside the group. I've done it outside the group, but people have messaged me and told me how, you know, certain things, and they've watched it, they've listened to it. But what it does is it declutters everything that's in here. You know, your world is perfect when you're not thinking about it, and you sit here and you live your life, and everything's going good, and then you have a transformation. And the transformation that's going on with me right now is, like, today's video was extra long because I actually got a little bit of emotional, and I actually wanted to tell Mark, he got me emotional today. But I was sitting here, and my wife is she does cook, she's cooking, and she's writing a book and doing all this stuff with a marketing firm. And I'm trying to help her out. We're building a blog, and something I was doing, and I got really. She told me to take out the garbage. Okay, this is my job, my housely duty. Should have already been done. You know, I should have done it in the morning time when I should have, all that good stuff. And she's like, "Honey, can you take out the garbage? It needs to go out." And I got upset. I actually got irritated. I'm like, "Who are you to tell me? I'm in the middle of making money here, woman. You know, this is my job. You know, I got to get this done." And it hit me just like that. I'm sitting there going, I procrastinated. You know, and I'm doing the $1 Million Day, mind you. And I procrastinated, and I'm getting agitated with it. And then it really opened up that whole this new world for what's going on right now in my world. That all this bondage, you know, I can talk to you about your business. I can help you with your business. I can tell you what you're doing wrong. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, but I can't do it for myself. You know, and if you can't look that man or woman in the mirror and say, you know, what are you doing? You know, how do we fix you? And that's what this is about. $1 Million Day is not about $1 million in your pocket. It's going to put money in your pocket because you're going to declutter everything in your life. It's about living the $1 million lifestyle. You know, everybody says they want to make money, they want to be rich, they want to be this. You don't want the $1 million bank account. You want the $1 million lifestyle. And what these people are doing, I mean, Vincent, God bless you, brother. I love you to death, man. But making all this money. and still is just right there in your face every day, all day, talking to you, lifting you up, giving you some inspiration. That's what this is about. The entire group, the entire community is just balls to the wall awesome. You know, so everybody that's watching this right now that's not in this community, in this program, why not? You know, scroll down, click on the picture, become an apprentice, and just get in and get started. But you join a family, you join a community of people who actually care. You know, people that will watch your video, people like Steve. Me and Steve now, this is what's so great. 1,000 years taken away. And me and Steve alone equal up a quarter of that. Just in our baggage of crap, of bondage that we've had on us, of clutter and procrastination. When you rid yourself of that, today I got emotional, I did say that, let me get back to that, because it hit me again. What procrastination does, what it does to your mind, what it does to your body. And I mean, just sluggish feeling. And although I'm pretty upbeat and I'm pretty on it and I'm always going, 3 hours of sleep a night because I can't sleep, I'm always pounding away at the keyboard. But today I felt energized. You know, I was thinking about Steve and what he's going through and the cancer, and there's no excuses. You know what I mean? There are no excuses. Man sitting here going through these treatments should be laid over in a bed, and I'm sitting here worried about something stupid and trivial. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me. But this $1 Million Day is an eye-opener. It's something that will grab a hold of you if you actually do it, you follow through, you make your list. I've got pages and pages of just stuff. I've read probably 50 years today, not a lot because I had a busy day, but tomorrow I got nothing to do. I'm going to knock out as much as possible. I'm going to try to get it all done if God willing possible. But it's a mindset. It's changing who you are and the bondage, the baggage, the clutter, the mess, whatever it is you call it, whatever it is you have, and just being free. For Rhonda to sit here and talk about how she never has clutter and to have as many years as she has, I mean, we always have it. We always do something. We get too comfortable. You know, we get comfortable with where we are and what we're doing, and we collect things, all right? So again, you know, with all this panel of badasses, man, I love every single one of you. You're doing phenomenal. I love all the videos too. They're crazy antics, but I'm new and I'm doing it. So just because you haven't been here, just because you're late getting in, or you've been thinking about it, pondering on it, procrastinating on it, stop waiting. Just stop. Click the button, get in, start. Watch that video. It's the fastest 2 hours of your life. If you create order, you're going to see order, and your life will be order. And I mean, just my full official day was today, and I feel like $1 million damn man. Everything about my day, between my kids, between the dog that I always call stupid because it's always doing something dumb, but nothing aggravated me. I had a new birth, a new awakening, and that's what it is. It's about waking up in the situation you're in. You know, it may not be bad. Mine wasn't bad. I make money. I do good. I'm not worried about that, but how much more am I going to make now? How much more am I going to be able to help somebody, to help the people that I've got coming to this webinar tonight? How much more can I help them, because now I've read all the crap out of my head. You know, I'm taking this bondage that's got me all tied up and got me lost, and I'm throwing that crap out. It's the garbage man. That's all his. Take it to the dump, bury it. I'm spent. I'm done.
So
I'm ready.
This is what you were clapping on that, but you were amazing, brother. This is what I want to know real quick. How many different companies have you joined? Let's say in the last 5 years or something.
Oh man, too many.
Okay, so now you have a good perspective on it, right? So what do you feel about this one compared to all those?
Well, I'll tell you right now, all these hyper cyclers, matrices, they're all bull crap. I say it all the time. I get attacked online a lot because I say it, but they're bull crap. You're not going to make money in it. There's no money to be made trying to get 7,000 people in your downline to make $1,000. You know, real business, real products, and even the company I'm in right now that I actually make all my money in. You know, I love that thing to death, and I preach it from day to night. But there's something about Mark. There's something about when it's like a chokehold. The man puts you in a chokehold where you can't move, you're tied down, he's just speaking right to your heart, to your head. And when you go through Solomon, wow. Wow, that's all I can say. You just stop and you're like, where the hell have I been?
Oh, yeah.
I've read that Bible. I know what it says. You know, I've preached a few little scriptures here and there. But when you stop and, you know, Proverbs, we used to do it daily because there's 31. So you can always have a proverb for the day. And that's how we start our day off with the kids. And I stopped and I said, you know, all this time I've been missing all this stuff, and I just look at it, and I'm going through all these notes, and I'm like, I didn't get that crap out of it. Yeah. But when you've got that bondage on you, when you've got that weight holding you down, you're not going to see the possibilities. Because although I've got a doorknob that I haven't fixed in freaking, I think it's 5 months, why not? It takes a screwdriver, and it's done. I haven't done it. I'm too busy. I got stuff to do. I got this internet marketing thing. I got to pound that plastic a little bit more. You know, going to get my hair cut. 3 months I've had my hair. And I was sitting there today, I'm like, why the hell have I not had a haircut? Why don't I just take clippers and shave the daggum thing off? Why haven't I done that? You just get so busy. I'm too busy. I'm a busybody. I got to stay busy. That job mindset that you got to work from 8 to 5 with your 1 hour break. And that's total bullcrap, because I can get done today alone. I own a business, so I do cleaning and all this other crap, carpet cleaning. So I went with my people to clean this house. We were there for 3 hours. When they started their thing, I could walk out. I got my laptop out, and I'm typing away at what I wanted to talk about today. You know, by the time I got home, I was shooting that video, and I was in the flow of a 5-minute video that turned out to be 20 daggum minutes. So I know you're not going to watch that one, but
sound like me, brother.
You have no idea. I'm the Rambling Man. I think that's why I'm going to change my name from Big Chips to the Rambling Man, because I will talk. But there's just so much about this, and you got to have faith to move the mountains. You know, that's a core belief, that you believe in what you're doing. With these products, and I haven't even jumped GRN yet, so that's a whole new realm of what you have possibilities to. But at a beginning stage where I am, everybody that's sitting here listening, you can do this. This is so mad easy, because buying these products, and they didn't say anything about that. I don't know if we can get into that or not. But you don't even have to buy them to sell them. You can make money off of it. But if you buy these products that are in this back office, just the freaking $1 million day alone will change your freaking life. It'll change your life. I mean, I've been doing this for too long, and if I would have had this when I had my business open, I wouldn't have gave up on myself so early. When everything started falling apart, everything started caving in, I would have came up with an idea. I would have had my next $1 million idea. But because I didn't have this kind of potency behind me, pushing me, building me up to a point where I look at this and just, I'm astonished.
I love this, man. It's like everybody, when you guys talk now, it's like I feel this like sense of freedom in your life. Like all of you guys who have talked today, like it just feels like, I don't know, it's wild. It's almost like this huge burden has been taken off your lives, and now you guys are ready to just take on the freaking world. And that's what's exciting about it. And that's why when I talked to Mark about how we are going to start off and set out the Internet Lifestyle Network to really go, it's just like when he was talking about the $1 million day, and he just showed me really the example of some of the people that went through when he first launched it a couple months ago, just to his list and things like that. And then also with these kids in this group, when I saw like the action, right? I've never seen people take action so fast, in anything I've done or any other company I've seen. And it's like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start everything off at this $1 million day, so people can just really open up their minds and their life to, having that success and that dream lifestyle that they all want to achieve. But you know, I always talk about your value is equal to, you know, the way that you feel, right? So it's really equal to the leadership roles. It's really being able to teach people what it's like to go out there and really make an impact. And so people can't do that until they're uncluttered. That's just all there is to it. So that's why I feel like everybody has a sense of freedom. Now you guys can really go out there and make a bigger difference. That's why the people who are watching this tonight, we want you to get started with us tonight so you can make that bigger difference in other people's lives. Because what the Internet Lifestyle was created for, this network, was created to help you guys get in, change your life, change your mindset, change your leadership, and then have the tools and the training to be able to attract people to this network as well as attracting people to your business. So it's not really all about us, right? So we have this two-part process. I'll talk a little bit more about the opportunity here in a little bit, and I'll let these guys go if they want. But what we do essentially here at the Internet Lifestyle Network, we bring you in, we raise you up as a leader, we get all the junk out of your life, we give you the tools that you need to really attract people into whatever business you have, or even attract people into this business because it's its own really neat business. And then you'll be able to really go make that impact and that legacy, because I really feel deep down inside that God created us all with a huge legacy. It's just really the people that tap into it. So it's really exciting to me that we essentially are going through the process that I started 7 months ago to get me to where I'm at today. I was literally a broke loser with a baby on the way 7 months ago. I had no dreams to really go to the next level, and I had really no vision of, you know, even where I'm living at right now, which is insane, around people who have taken, you know, 20, 30 years just to get in this neighborhood. Like, I was going down the wrong road, right? So I got with Mark, I raised up my leadership, I raised up my value, and then people who started seeing my videos didn't just see the video about the money anymore, about what they could do on the income and things like that. They saw the value that was coming out of my mouth. Literally, value turns into income. That's all there is to it. If you take action, you bring value, and you really go in here and you dive into this $1 Million Day and the things that we're going to offer you, the people who hear you talk will be convicted in the words finally for once. Because I know that there's probably many of you out here who have failed in business after business after business. I don't care what product you have. If you don't have value that comes out of your mouth, people are not going to listen to you. That's all there is to it. So if you can come in here and you can bring value, you can go off and do whatever business you want. We just have this ability for you to make income while you're going through this process. It's really, really cool the way we do it around here. So just know that. Take that. That's the biggest tip I could ever give you. If you can go from literally no direction, broke, to where I'm at today in 7 months, is what happened was I raised my value. You know, at the end of the day, we do have amazing products, but my value equaled my income because I have dove into this stuff that you guys are going to dive into and literally fell asleep to it. Literally, every single night I would fall asleep to this stuff because I knew how valuable what Mark's words were saying. Because, you know, Mark isn't, you know, some God that just magically got all these thoughts and was able to spit it out this way. This man reads a damn book almost every single day, I think, or something crazy like that, every 3 days or something. So he's like literally a dictionary, like his own dictionary of like just magic. I mean, so it's not like he just was born this way. He worked his ass off, read books, read leadership things, and then was also a youth pastor as he was growing up, so he was kind of connected with that as well. So he takes these proverbs and just flips the script on these things, man. It is insane the way that he dives into this stuff, and he'll really, it's cool because like Matthew was saying earlier, is like it's not religious, but it also brings you to, you know, that you can see a lot different of a vibe inside of the Bible. It takes it totally different, right? It's like exciting because no longer is it about like the religious aspects of it. You can literally get real world value no matter if you're a Christian or not. It doesn't matter, you know. And that's what's exciting to me, because me being a Christian, and I'll tell it till the day I die, I don't care, you know, if that runs people away, whatever. But I am so excited that at the end of the day, the Internet Lifestyle Network for me was all created by the vision I feel from God. So I'm super excited about that. I don't care what anybody else says. All I know is that the way that Mark brings out these scriptures, it doesn't matter if you believe in God or not, you're going to find ridiculous value from it. So it's super exciting to me that we can use this, you know, as a tool now, you know, obviously to bring people into this really good feeling, because at the end of the day, when I shifted my life too as well, it's like when I really started to take direction and guidance from, you know, what I felt was God, right? So it's just super powerful to me what we're doing around here. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to bust out, sorry guys, I'm just going crazy. Jason just joined with us real quick, and Jeremy, you're amazing.
Hey, boom!
Thanks for popping out.
Hear me?
Jason.
Can you hear me?
Let us know, brother, what you're feeling, my brother. You did a video. You were excited. You were pumped. I love the hats. You got hats in the background. I mean, you're gonna be rocking at our live events with those
Actually,
things.
I have extras for props.
Yeah, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. So tell us, man, what is the $1 Million Day gonna do for people? Actually, hold on, real quick before you start letting us feel you. Come on down here. Everybody who is watching this right here, you're going to see us talking right here. Scroll down below. You're going to see Get My Internet Lifestyle Network Apprentice Membership. You can click anywhere on this image. Anywhere you want. There is a buy now button, but you can click out anywhere. You can kind of see what you're going to get access to. Right now, our websites, they're actually being developed because we literally just started this. Okay, it's going to be an automatic website. You'll get it up in literally about, I don't know, 30 seconds after you get in. It's really cool. You'll get Mark's $1 Million Day. You'll get some strategy videos. Those are coming out here pretty soon. See, what we're doing is we're all focused on this $1 Million Day right now. Until you guys get this down and rocking, we're not going to release anything else because we don't want to clutter your mind with stuff until you unclutter, right? So this is all the awesome stuff you're going to be getting, though. And then the Internet Lifestyle Network Support Center, that's huge to be able to ask questions. Most places don't offer that. And then also the private Facebook group, and then the servers to actually host your blogs. But everything you're going to get, this $1 Million Day is what we're talking about right now. If you click on this apprentice card, bam, you'll open up this order form real quick. It's only $14.95 a month. As you can see down here, you just fill out a few different things. You'll get rocking and rolling, and literally you'll be inside of our Internet Lifestyle Network University within minutes. It just depends on how long it takes you to fill out that form. And then you'll be right inside here. You'll be getting access to the 8-Figure $1 Million Day. This is a 2-hour-long video, and it's insane. It goes by literally within 20 minutes. And you're going to feel like, holy Moses, I got a lot of stuff to do, but you are going to be so excited, just like everybody you see on this line, about removing and decluttering all of the crap that's in your life. And as you can see right here on this image, Mark uses these scriptures and everything. These proverbs are amazing, but he uses the hand of the diligent will rule, but the hand of the slothful will be put to forced labor. And I'll let him, go explain everything about that. But basically, when you dig inside of this and you realize what diligent means in your life, you're going to figure out why you're not to the place that you want to be right now. That's all there is to it. All right? It's really, really powerful. Then you'll also be playing this game right here. You're going to be adding up points. These are action-taking things that you're going to do that's going to attract people to you, which therefore you can bring them to whatever business you have, or you can bring them to the Internet Lifestyle Network and make a great income. You're also going to be posting some things in the private Facebook group, which is really exciting. In this private Facebook group, we have 1,153 members. We've been growing, I don't even know how fast lately, by hundreds. Every single other day. I would say every, 3 or 4 days we have about 100 more people. It's awesome. And then right down here, you're going to get guidance by me. I'm going to teach you guys how to promote and how to do really good things, marketing, all that good stuff to get people here so you can earn commissions. And you'll also see that we have this lively, amazing, powerful community. You're posting things. You're getting points for your game. You're going to learn how you can win an iPad Mini at the end of the month, things like that. We just have a really good time. That's all there is to it. We also do leadership awards as well for you guys that go ahead and take action like crazy. But as you can see down here below, you'll also be, for those of you guys who are watching, you guys have been excited to take this survey and who have been done. This survey is live right now under step number 6. So you go to that survey and you can fill that out now and get your 15 points. But we also teach you to do action steps that are going to make a huge difference, like make a 2 to 3 minute video on your experience. Make a 2 to 3 video and post on your networks. Make a 2 to 3 video post on your blog. So these are action steps that have made me a lot of money. All right. So if you actually follow these, it's going to make you a lot of money. It's going to attract people into your business. That's all there is to it. And then down here you see you're going to win an iPad, and then I give you a little action steps right here. But you can see we got 51 comments. We've only been doing this for a few days now. But awesome people like Jason, as you can see, doing a video, and we just have people, talking about their experience and all that. You'll get to find out inside. Bo, this is so funny. Suck it, procrastination. Bo, you're freaking hilarious, bro. But you can see all these amazing people doing videos, and you can see other people just commenting about how many years of procrastination, 53 years of procrastination knocked out of Wes's life, 72 knocked out of Karina's life. I mean, it's just crazy. 140 years knocked out. I bet you we have a few thousand now. I said 1,000 tonight, but I bet you we have a few thousand now of procrastination knocked out. It's insane. So if you guys want to, also, for you guys that are on the line and for those of you guys who are watching who are in the Internet Lifestyle Network, you guys can actually have people come in here for a day to test drive our community if they're not feeling yet, but they want to feel out, how legit and how transparent we are. All you got to do is literally tell them to go to theInternetLifestyleFamily.com, and they can request to join. They can join for a day, or you can actually just add them to the group right here on the top right, so they can feel us out. But all there is to it, I mean, literally, it's $14.95 a month to join us and get everything. We made it $14.95 a month for a reason, okay? Anybody and everybody can pay $14.95 a month. I don't care if you're living and breathing, you got $14.95. That's all there is to it, all right? And we absolutely have made it a situation where when you bring people to us, you can make 50% commissions on this actually over 50% commissions on this $14.95 a month as well. So you can earn money as you go through this process, which is really exciting. Now let me show you something really quick before we get to you here, Jason. So right here inside the university that you guys get access to, all right, once you get in, is you'll come on here, you'll see a little guide right here. You'll start viewing your courses. You'll see that there's several levels in here. We have the apprentice level, we have the inner circle level, the kings and queens training, which are products as well that have, look, there's 10 videos in here, 12 videos in here, 33 videos in this one, and then this one's actually coming out here pretty soon. But as you can see, these are the different pricing for them when you get inside. So leadership branding's $195, Solomon's $495, $995 for 8-figure irresistible. But what's cool is we give away over 50% commissions on these when you come in here and you bring other people in here as well. So we also have a very lucrative plan. This inner circle training is $95 a month, and you guys will be making $50 a month on that as well. And you guys will get all of the information on how much money you can earn on this right after you purchase the apprentice training, because the apprentice training is the only one that's open right now. All right, but you actually will learn. You'll be redirected to a video that's going to show you, if you want to become an affiliate, how much money you can earn inside of this network. You can earn a little over $2,000 just from these products that you see right here from each person that you bring in. But like I said, our focus right now as we're launching this network out is this $1 million day, because you can't do any of that other stuff until you go through here, all right? Like if you don't declutter and you don't really get your mindset to the leadership role that it needs to be to where you can really go out and make a huge impact, I don't care what product, I don't care what business you do, you're not going to make a difference. That's all there is to it. So what you guys need to do, right down here, you're watching this replay or this live, come on down here, click on this button right here. The person who brought you here is going to automatically get credit. That's the beauty of what the internet lifestyle is all about. They sent you through an affiliate link, so now when you come down here and you purchase this, this is automatically going to track. So just think about that for a second. This is what's exciting about the internet lifestyle. You don't have to always have face-to-face conversations with people for hours upon hours trying to set them up with their products and do all that stuff. All you got to do is send a freaking link on your Facebook. I teach you guys how to do this, and you can also send it through email and all this good stuff. So let me just show you real fast. Going a little bit over what I wanted to, but right here I give you guys exactly what to say when we actually do promote these webinars. Okay, you just bring people and leverage these webinars. But you have these directional videos right here. As you can see, you log into your back office that you get, and I literally say, for example, right here it says Facebook status swipe. You literally just copy this and you paste that onto your Facebook and you put that in with your link right here. It says your ILN homepage link goes here. What you do is you just stick, and I teach you guys how to do that with this video in here in the actual group, but you just put your ILN link in there and bam, you're going to get credit when people come and land on this page right here. Come down below and click this button. That's the beauty of the internet, all right? So I can't even tell you. I think that I tracked it a little bit like a few months, maybe a month ago, about how many sales I've made on the internet in just the last 7 months, and I think it was a little over like 10,000 transactions have happened for me. And I talked to 4 people, right? So that's the beauty of the internet. The reason that I only had to talk to like 4 people was because they went into a higher level program. But all the other stuff, I only talked to about 4 people and that many sales came in. You know why? It's because I did video like this so people can see the transparency. It's because I have a website, which you're going to learn how to do. It's because I decluttered my life in the beginning and became that leader and shared value with the world, right? You see what I'm saying? So what we are doing is literally taking you through a transition that happened for so many people. Literally, I'm not Mark's only success story. There's success story after success story. But we're taking you to the transition that happened in my life that has literally transformed my life into thousands of sales, literally, and not even having to jump on the phone constantly, right? That's the beauty of what we do. Now, if you want to jump on the phone, that's fine with you. I mean, that's one of the things that we recommend if you really want to form a bond with your customers after they purchase and stuff too. But you know, at the end of the day, we're going to have these live events, and we're going to make it just amazing when we all get together as well. So it's really, really fun. I don't know if you guys get that out there, but that's what the internet lifestyle is all about. It's about making sales without having to literally go to meeting after meeting after meeting. It's setting up an event after event after event and inviting your friends that have to drive 35 minutes to a meeting where they're just like, I don't know if I can make it. Well, it's raining outside or it's snowing. We don't have to deal with that crap anymore. That's what the internet lifestyle is all about. Now, if you love that, there is people, I know there's people that love that. You still need to attract customers into your business regardless. We have the easier way. Internet is the easier way to attract people into your business. Guess how many of those 10,000 people that I went out and found? Absolutely none of them. They all came to me. That's what attraction marketing is. That's what the internet lifestyle is. People come to you, okay? Like Rhonda. Rhonda's already got 25 sales or 25 members inside of the network in a week, right? And how many of those people has she talked to? Probably hardly any of them.
Not one, I don't think.
Yeah, you sent the link to. Yeah, you sent the link to them. You've built a relationship. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. She built relationships with videos and all the things that I do. But all she did was send a link, and the sales automatically track. That's the beauty of what the internet lifestyle is all about. It's just crazy. So let me get back to Jason real quick. Jason, I'm going to probably sign off this webinar here in a little bit, but I wanted to hear Jason share what he's experiencing as he went through that $1 million day, because I know for a fact that we've talked a few different times, and I think, Rhonda, you guys are connected, right? Something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Jason was super excited about getting this blog for a while, and he was just like, oh, what do I need to do, or should I do this yet, blah, blah, blah. But we started talking about this concept and this vision, and now that you're in, but now that you see what's happening, and then now you're going through this $1 million day, what is going on in that mind right now, brother? What would you tell somebody who's watching right now why they have to get started? Go down below and click that button and join us and join this family and just join this power that we have, right?
Well, first of all, wait for it. Boom! Hashtag get it, get it, get it, get it. Since I'm the gratitude guy, first of all, I got to give shout outs to every single one on this panel, everybody who's in ILN. Obviously, Mark is amazing. I truly feel after having some experience with a Solomon CEO and this $1 million day, it may sound cheesy to some, but the hand of God touched that man to create those products for us. I believe that utterly, just in the experiences I had in this last 7 days, since I made the decision, and it was made on faith, Vince, like you were kind of talking about earlier, and I got to get credit to Rhonda for constantly being on my ass. When you got that custom blog yet? You got that custom, what's the deal, dude? You gonna get it? Gonna get it for deadline? And it literally was Monday night before, it was 2 hours before you guys were gonna shut it down. And
I was trying to save you money, man.
I know you were. But, and the main thing was going into that day, I'd almost came to the realization, the money wasn't there, and I was just going to have to, get on an apprentice, and I'll pay the extra money later. And then I just stopped, and I just said, you know what? You're standing on the edge of the cliff, and God is saying, you need to jump, man. You need to jump all the way. I've got your back. I've got wings for you. If you would just take the jump, all right? And that's what I did. I made some calls. I put off bills that are still put off as we speak tonight, and I got in on the custom blog. I got to give a huge shout out. They're not here on the panel, but Clifton and Ashley, the designers behind the blogs, insanely heartfelt leaders. The amount of effort they put in already on my custom blog, they came up with ideas I never would have ever thought of. And there's so much heart coming from them. They're like, what can I do more? We want to make this look so badass for you. They want it to look better, more I think, than even I do. That's how excited they are to help everybody that's going to come on board in ILN. But so that was the starting point, and this $1 million day did that on Sunday. Obviously, I've had a long-standing problem with procrastination, as I ended up knocking out 166 years in that day. So that kind of tells you a little bit of my troubles. But my biggest thing was, and some of you talked about earlier, Renee touched on this a little bit, I felt if you go through this $1 million day training, as you're going through it, the first thing is it's like this amazing detox. I literally could feel just like chunks of procrastination crud just like flinging it everywhere. Like, get it out of here. It stank. It's got to go. Let's be done with this. So you have that experience as you're actually going through it. And then when I finished the day and I got to the end, all of a sudden there was such a sigh of just relief, completion, peace, because I knew I'd accomplished almost everything I wanted in that day. And it was all of a sudden I felt like you're tapped into such a pure source of energy that you could put forth that kind of effort whenever you wanted, and you're not feeling run down, you're not struggling and forcing it. It's just flowing for you because you've got the purpose, you've got your list, you've got the right training, you've got the right people, like all of you here in ILN. I mean, this community has blown my mind in the short time I've been with it. I've known some of the folks here before I jumped in on ILN, but I mean, guys like Steve, he reached out to me. I mean, credit to you. I gotta give a shout out to Steve because you know, in the message you sent out way early this morning, Vince, Steve's like, "Oh, dude, you know, what about J-Boom? Like, he had a pretty good video. We got to get him on here." So I got to give props to Steve for giving me a shout out for this opportunity, you know, to speak to everybody. And I mean, the biggest thing I want to share is, like, I've been struggling with a lot of issues throughout my life, a lot of guilt. Something that happened when I was 3 years old, and it took me till 41 years of age to finally get to a point of letting that go. And being in a community like this and doing $1 million a day helped take that to the next level. And it literally is, it's like you are dumping so much garbage, like Jeremy was talking about. Let the garbage man take it. Just get it out of here. And I'm telling you, if you only just got in on Apprentice and did that $1 million a day, let's, for whatever reason, that's all you ended up doing, that could literally shift the whole course of your life. I guarantee it. I mean, what Mark did with that, it's way more than just a to-do list. There's a spirituality to it. There's a cleansing that you go through as a result of that $1 million day. And I'm setting up my second one later this week, probably going to do a third before the end of the month, because now I'm on fire. I'm drinking whatever Rhonda drinks all the time, where she's like, you know, like this all the time. So I can't say enough about the experience so far, and it's been, what, 2 weeks now I've been in. So you guys are amazing. Yeah, there's more booms to come for everybody. That is for sure. That is for sure.
More booms to come. That sounds like
Booms
a
to the
hashtag.
J-Boom.
Booms to the J-Boom. How long have you and Rhonda been connected?
No Excuses 3. First time I met you.
Yeah, it's the first time we met is last year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so he's probably gone through your workshop and stuff. So what do you do?
He actually hasn't. We've just stayed connected. So that's and that's what I love about the internet, right?
Nice.
Get people that you just inspire, and then you start working with them. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
see, that's kind of like what because on down below there's like a sign up thing where they can stay connected if they're not feeling it yet. And what I do explain during that is, like, when you get somebody, you know, to see a video like this, for one, and then they get connected with you either on email list or Facebook or whatever, but you keep pushing out value, like Rhonda does, you know, like all the leaders like Brenda, pushing out value, and everybody else who's going to be pushing out value on here, is that people stay connected with you, right? And you can constantly do that, but without having to pick up the phone every day and say, yo, 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 you know what I mean? Like, always wasting time. That's what's cool about the internet, is you don't have to waste time. You can push out value to hundreds and even thousands of people with one click of the button now. It's really exciting. And stay connected with people if you get serious about these videos. And what I think is exciting about the $1 million day is it's, you know, one of the big procrastinations if you want to create a big income online is people were like, okay, I'm going to do a video today, but then they don't, right? Well, I think what's exciting is the $1 million day, we can already see it. You know, people don't just do videos this fast. It just doesn't happen off of products and trainings. And you can see that that's one of the things that people procrastinate on is the video. I mean, I've seen people who I've been telling to do videos post inside of our group right now who I've been telling to do videos for about, I don't even know, 7 months now, like literally. And now I see them doing videos all. I'm like, we needed this 7 months ago. I can't imagine what would have happened when we started 7 months ago with this, you know? So it's like, it's really exciting that, you know, what you're going to be doing is being able to connect with people with video, and we're going to teach you how to do that and all that stuff. But that's what's exciting about Rhonda and Jason. It's like they haven't even talked on the phone every day or anything like that for him to finally understand and all the conviction that he has and the passion that he has for this community now. It's like with the internet marketing world, you push one thing out and you let it work for you. I always tell people I got like, because I have, I don't know, 100 and I don't know, almost 200,000 views on my videos. So it's like a whole bunch of little Vinces out there working for me all day long, 24/7. You know, so we teach you guys how to do all this stuff, and I hope you're starting to see the concepts of this. It's like, not only did we make this easy for you by, you know, leveraging leaders like you see on the line, and all you gotta do is send one link out to your friends and say, check this out, blah, 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 and go down and do all that to earn money. But it's like, we're going to teach you what really has created this income inside of here as well. So we got it all for you guys. That's all I know. Jason, I mean, do you feel like you are just, I mean, there's really nothing stopping you now with, you know, not only the $1 Million Day, but now you're going to have the training and the blog and all the solutions to do that. I mean, there's just, the only way that I feel that anybody could ever fail in this company is if they don't take action, right? I mean, do you feel that way where it's like you have everything now? There's no reason that you need to go anywhere else type of situation?
Yeah, because that was my the blog, getting that custom blog, getting that home. So you got your home base on the internet. That been holding me back for a while, and then I saw what you guys are doing, and I'm like, this is the time. You know, you've got to make the move. I've been, you know, studying internet marketing now for about 2 years, and I've done a lot of hard work, personal development, you know, working through things. My life coach, Marisa Westerman, huge help, got me to this point even, you know. So it's like now everything has just lined up, you know, and the fact that Mark came on board, you know, that was just like mind-blowing. It's like, okay, and you've got yourself, Vincent, you know, we got Brenda, we got Rhonda, you know, Renee. I mean, there's, you know, Clifton, Ashley, everybody. So now it's like I feel for myself when I'm going to talk to my friends and potential people coming to my blog looking for leadership, I feel completely clean in spirit about how fantastic ILN is. Like, you can come in, you're going to get the family support, everybody's got your back, and you've got all the tools already just lined up for you. And like you said, Vincent, if you would just get into massive action mode and have a faith that it's ready for you, it will work, and then just go to work. Like Mark says, heaven forbid you bust your butt to get your results. You know, that's a crazy concept. But, you know, but that's the North Dakota boy, and I'm a North Dakota boy, so, you know, us North Dakota boys, we got to represent, you know, our home state. So, yeah, I mean, this place has got all the tools, and most importantly, though, it's got the community. It's got the right type of people, no egos. Everybody's just ready to help each other all the way. So it's just like, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's like, get in on the $14.95, start there, get $1 million day under your belt, and then all of a sudden, boom, there goes your brain on what's possible. And now you're like, hey, you know what? I can change my life, and I can start here. Let's go. Let's get it done.
That's awesome, brother. I love it. People are, Jamie Waters said a whole lot of Vinces. That's a scary thought. Hater. I love it. That's funny to say. All right, man. Well, what I want to do here, I'm not going to talk a lot about the opportunity tonight, because at the end of the day, I always tell people, because we have a great opportunity here, all right? And we have great marketing, great products that are becoming. But if you don't get that leadership started, if you don't get that $1 Million Day started, you ain't going to do nothing with everything else. That's all there is to it. You know, because I actually know from experience, we've given people tons of these custom blogs, and I bet you 50% of them actually do something with them, right? And that's the problem, is that we have all this amazing stuff, right? And we have the best and the best and the best of the designer and Clifton putting that blog together, and it's amazing, and it'll track and do all that stuff. But if you don't do something with it, and if you don't understand how to really put out leadership value on that, people aren't going to get attracted to you. So that's why we're starting with this. That's why we're only going to be focused on this $1 Million Day. Get in tonight, jump on that $1 Million Day, post all your results in the group, inspire other people, bring people along with you. It's exciting. It's exciting, exciting times. I mean, there's never been a more easy to understand concept, but then also at this affordable price, because literally for $14.95 a month of value that you're going to be getting, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, there's nothing on the internet you're ever going to find for $14.95 a month what you're going to be getting in here. There's nothing. I can say that with total conviction, that you will never find the value for $14.95, ever. Okay, so it's exciting times. I'm so pumped up. I want to end this, and this might go long again, who knows, but let's try to make it fast. I'm going to end this. We're going to go back through the round table, And let's see. Let me think how I can make this quick. This is not possible. Vince and quick, that just don't work. You see, two-hour webinar.
Save me for last then.
All right. Okay, so I could just say from my experience, freedom is what I'm feeling throughout all of your guys' things. Freedom, like a sense of freedom, like you can go out now and make a huge difference, okay? But I don't want to take any words out of people's mouths. Okay, so let's go back to Steve. Steve, let's see, somebody who's feeling it right now, right? They're like, should I do this? You know, I'm like, oh, this feels so good, but for some reason they're not clicking. Why should they click that button down below and join our family and get started right now and not think about procrastinating at all anymore? Because you went through the $1 Million Day, right? So
yeah, absolutely, Vince. You know what? First off, you said it, when it comes to clicking a button, how much easier is it than that? Like, you don't make it any easier. So when people say, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's too difficult, I need to go around this obstacle, I need to go over that hurdle. There are no obstacles, there are no hurdles. You're here, you're already watching, it's right there. The spot is right there. I mean, you just got to click. It doesn't get any easier than that. We can't make it any easier other than for me to say, give me your home address. I will fly over there tonight in my helicopter, land in your backyard, and teach you how to click the button. If I have to do that, I'll do it. I mean, I'll go all out every day, all day for every single person that wants to do this. Okay. So the freedom for me is being able to be a part of this whole thing. Like I said, mad props to each and every person out there that has sent really good vibes my way. I cannot just punch out of here without saying thanks to everybody. Vince, number one, you. Clifton and Ashley, huge props to you guys. Everyone's throwing out names tonight, but really you three were the foundation of this from day one. Without you, trio, this wouldn't be out there. So while I'm going to wrap up now and pass it off to somebody else, I want everybody that's out there watching right now that has access without gloves or with, it doesn't matter, just to get on the keyboard and just type a thanks to you, okay, Vince, because you do this day in and day out every day, and I got to see you get some thanks from people out there. So with that, I'm gonna move it off, but I want to see all that across there, man. That's for you. That's everything that you brought into my life. You're curing me. You're making me feel good. You are what's making me well in life, and for that I thank you.
Oh man, that's so amazing. Thank you so much, brother. And for those of you guys who don't know, why he's wearing gloves isn't just for fun. This man went through radiation yesterday for his cancer, and if he could do it, and if he could bust out these $1 Million Days, and he can be, you're supposed to be like throwing up and feeling horrible.
Yeah,
right now.
That's why I got all these lemons here. You know, you see me reach over eating these. I know people are going, why is that guy eating lemons all night? Like, I don't have any salivary glands left working. I've got radioactive iodine going through my body. I'm supposed to be sick, and I've got all my tissue wipes and buckets beside me in case it happens. So no worries though. This is I'm all healthy and good to go.
I feel like that's such the power of prayer, because we all as a community. Steve has been the most, for those of you guys who are out there watching, he's been the most inspiring person for all of us on video lately, because he's going through this right now, but he's so excited and just ready to, I mean, people in his situation would fall over and just be like, I'm laying in the bed. This is not right. Like, this is not what's going to happen to him. His circumstances are not going to slow him down. And it's just super exciting, man, for you to, like, literally, you have inspired so many other people. Like, you were hearing it tonight. Is if Steve can do it, what makes me not be able to do it? I mean, it's just, I just appreciate you, brother, for being that inspiration for us. I appreciate you for, utilizing that God-given potential that I always talking about. I just really appreciate you, man, for just going after your dreams, bro. And you are just a light of this community, bro.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you so
Thanks
much,
for the opportunity.
man. You are awesome. Renee, tell us real fast about what they're going to feel like when they join this community and just whatever. I don't even know what to say anymore.
You are gonna feel so free. This community is such a community. I have not been in a community like this before. You're gonna be able to leverage your freedom and be able to do the things that you want. You're gonna blow through this. You're gonna love everything about it. And for $14.95 a month, I'm telling you, I still look at it and I'm like, okay, this is crazy what they're doing, and the value that they're offering, the freedom, the community, everybody in there, it's crazy. It's something that exactly what Steve said. You need to click the link below and join, because just the freedom that you're getting out, even just from the $1 Million Day. I mean, those of you who have done it, have experienced those you who didn't, you have, this is something that you have to do. This is a must-have. This is something that you just need to fill out the form. It's as easy as that, and become a part of the community. And I mean, it's awesome. That's all I can say.
I love your excitement. It's so awesome. I just feel it. Every time you talk, I feel this freedom, like just going over you. It's awesome. Matthew and Christine, thank you so much. Matthew and Christine, why should somebody click that button below and join us tonight and stop thinking if this is right for them and know it?
All right, I got to come out and I got to speak directly to the couples out there, since, you know, we're a couple. And I just got to say that since we've been involved in this community, our marriage is better. I mean that seriously.
Powerful. That's powerful.
We both are growing so much, and don't get me wrong, we've been doing self-improvement stuff for years. You know, we've gone down this path. This is a different path, and the community that we're involved with here is different than any other type of online community that we've ever been a part of before. You know, we've been around for several years now in the online business world, and there's been a very dramatic shift to the point that we're better together now. We have a peace in our household now. We have joy. We actually can work together now. We used to, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're husband and wife, so we have our days, but we're so much better. And so for any couples that are out there that are going at it as far as, you know, looking to build a business together from home, and maybe the two of you aren't at the same level as far as your excitement or your trust in what you're doing, you know, we've been there. This is a really great starting place. And, you know, for what you guys have done as far as the you know, getting into the community price, I can't even really call it a price. I mean, it's almost free. There's really, there's no barrier there for people to just jump in and check out this culture and even try this $1 Million Day On thing for size. I mean, everyone that has said that just this one thing can impact the rest of your life, I couldn't agree more. If you just did that one thing, it would be more than plenty. I mean, you could walk away and you would have benefited. I don't think you're going to want to walk away because there's so much amazing stuff going on here. But I just really encourage anyone who is a couple, I'm speaking specifically to you guys today, don't put it off, don't procrastinate, don't think about it, just click the button. It's like $14. Just do it. So, welcome.
That's awesome. I love that. I mean, the relationship piece. Matthew, why don't you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, I was going to double on that. It's just when you have two people trying to do one thing, if you're not both passionate about what you're doing, there's going to be that friction. And I think for the first time in over a decade of working, you know, for each other, even though before we even found this community, we were very content with the lifestyle we, you know, like I said, I mentioned before, the stuff we had learned from Mark, and we put it into our own lives. This is so exciting for me to see the opportunity in front of us. I feel like I'm brand new again. And, you know, one reason I think, if anybody's wondering, if you're on the fence tonight, look at this panel. You have Brenda, who is a seasoned marketer, who jumped into this and embraced it. It takes a lot to get an industry leader to jump onto something. Vince, you got you 7 months ago, you know, self-proclaimed, hey, I was just down in the dumps, kid on the way. I needed to figure something out. And in 7 months, look what you developed. And the leadership that you have. I mean, a lot of people, everybody wants leadership. They search for leadership. That's what they desperately want. And there's so many people out there that have taken that and they've distorted it, and they've gone, well, I'm going to lead you, but they just get them, they lead them to the sale, and then they're gone. I mean, this community right here, I can reach out to Rhonda any day. Rhonda, I need some branding advice. I can reach out to anybody on this community, and I'm going to get advice back. Constantly, you see, when you saw the outpour for the prayers for Steve, I mean, you see everything that's going on. I mean, I could just speak for hours, but I need to shut down.
I love it, man. I was engaged with you, brother. I appreciate that, man. It's really powerful, man, and I love meeting you guys out there in Vegas, or in Arizona. So I'm super excited. The Internet Lifestyle, we're gonna have an event pretty soon, probably within the next couple of months, that we're gonna gather everybody together. It's gonna be really, really fun. So we'll talk about more about that. But I can't wait to see you guys out there again, and everybody else who's joining us tonight as well, and all of you guys obviously on the panel. But let's see, who should we move to? Jeremy, let's bust you out, brother. Yeah, sorry, I didn't ask you anything. So, why should they?
That's fine.
Start today. Why should they join the family? Why should they join the Apprentice? And why should they get rocking with that $1 million day? As fast as you can.
I'm gonna try to do it fast. I want to show you something that was just actually sent to my message. The woman says, and I'm gonna paraphrase, no names because I know you're listening. It's hard for me to do it. I had stuff happen to me when I was little. Moving on. This is how I was raised. It's in my entire family. If you suffer from this bull crap, if you're suffering from a generational curse that most people do, listen to what Jason said. You know, it's a spiritual awakening almost. It's opening your eyes to new things. If you're a couple, like Christine was saying, I feel like I'm cheating the system because my wife's doing it. You know, I didn't pay for it, but she's doing it. And she's moving right along with me and like opening doors to her realm of what she's doing. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It's movable. It's probably one of the best communities that I've joined, and I've joined so many different crap things in the past. And everybody says they're a community and they're going to be there to help you, but like touching on Clifton and Ashley and Vincent, they're there to answer your questions. They're not sending you off to somebody else, or they're not denying or giving you the runaround. They're there. They're here to help each and every one of us. And when you have leadership veterans such as Rhonda and them that have been in the game and they know what they're doing, you listen. And it's a powerful, powerful community. And all these badasses that you're looking at on this panel right now that are jumping over and beyond these hurdles that have stopped them, knocked them down, and held them up. And this is going to be your new revolution of just kick-ass marketers and a product that's going to train you, teach you, build you, lift you, whatever it is. Even the haters and the trolls can't hate on this. And that's my biggest message to everybody. It doesn't matter. They can't stop you. This is not to quote J-Bud, but it's the unstoppable, you know, and it's just unstoppable. The unstoppable family, where'd Rhonda go?
What's funny on this actual form down here below, if you guys all who are watching this, just scroll down this page. There is an entire, let's see, I put this down. Mark actually did this as one of his trainings. What it does is it shifts you from that mindset that lady has, and it puts you into a different world. All right, literally. So tell her if she gets back with you or whatever.
Oh, she's on.
Okay. Well, then whoever that was, go down here below and read this. Right here where it says still not ready. And do this little mini exercise that Mark has you do. It helps you get into this kingly shift is how I put it. But he literally wrote this out. What it does is it puts you into the lifestyle of your dreams, essentially. It has you really think deep, deep, deep about what you would feel like, what it's like to be in the society, essentially, where you want to live this lifestyle that we're trying to get you to be able to capture. And what that will do, and I'll be curious, is have her go through that and then reach out to her on Facebook and see how she feels after she goes through this and kind of help her go through that, because you've gone through this $1 million day, which is kind of like the next level of going through this, thinking, because you can think about it all day long, and we hope that this really helps people get into that mode. But once you go through the actual training and utilize it, that's what happens. So since you're now essentially, every time anybody goes through these trainings and they actually do them, you become the leader of that. So what I recommend is have her kind of read that, have her get back to you, and then talk her out through it as what you've really experienced in the shifts that's been happening in your life. And I guarantee that with that and you telling her, what you've done and how your shifts have been and what your wisdom now is that's coming out of your mouth, I'm talking about value equals income all night, is that she'll understand and she'll get it. All right, so that's kind of a cool little deal. I mean, I know that people are stuck in that mindset because, for me, I was definitely blessed in the fact that I was raised in a lifestyle of most people's dreams, right? What kind of hindered me in the same sense that I didn't understand what work was at the same time. But it also, I had all these amazing things. Like I had a Corvette when I was like 19 years old, like a brand new, right when they came out, right? It's just crazy. My mom was ridiculous. She's awesome. But it also, you know, that taught me the value of like being in that role, but then it also didn't tell me work ethic. So I don't recommend you guys ever do that out there. But what it did for me is it gave me the vision of what I wanted in my life. Like material things, I don't care if people tell you that it's not about it. It's really damn fun. Okay, that's all there is to it. There's, you know, the lifestyle that you get to live when you get some money, it's awesome. But what's cool is, of course, we are all about changing your life around here. But what happened, like what you were talking about, though, man, people's circumstances around them, that's what's going to happen in their life. So I know so many people who were raised broke who are now broke because they don't know any other way, right? I have met a few people who were raised, you know, in the lifestyle I was raised in, and they had a different mindset, so they did start going after their dreams, right? So it is one of those deals. Help her go through that exercise. Really, you know, your circumstances around you do not have to dictate your outcome. That's all there is to it. I mean, that is what's the beauty about what we're creating. We are creating a solution here where you don't even have to have all kinds of crazy selling one-on-one skills, because that's almost the hardest part about selling any other product that's out there. Is usually you have to get in front of somebody and sell, and it's hard in the beginning. What we allow you to do is go through this training, have a nice affordable price for people. All you got to do is send people a link on Facebook. We also recommend sending like a video attached to that, why you feel so powerful about it. But you know, it's that easy. I mean, you leverage these webinars that we have. We're going to bring on leaders, and we're going to tell you stories of victory and power, and it's just legit. Like, it's just so transparent what we do around here. You don't see any crazy sales pages that are like, make $1 bazillion by sending a whole bunch of clicks to this blah, blah, blah crap. Like, we don't do that. Like, it's super, super transparent around here. It's just real people, real value, real results. And you can shift that mindset. That lady, I guarantee that you will shift her mindset tonight when she goes through that and you talk to her about what you've gone through, brother. It's powerful, man. It's just so, and I can say that with full conviction because I know you went through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's exciting about it. All right,
That's what I tell everybody, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll say one thing and I'll let it go.
All right,
it's kind of what I just told you. You know, you say you should do something, or I should do it, I'm going to do it later. You can should all over yourself the rest of your life, or you can just get up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the easiest system, the easiest products that will change your life. That's it. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm cashed out.
You cut out. It was hilarious. You cut out. You said, "Look, you could shit on yourself all."
No, you should. You know,
No.
should do this.
It was funny as hell. Oh man. All right, Jason, my brother. Why should they go down below and join the? I mean, we have fun around here. I mean, we've been talking power and conviction and all this stuff all night, but damn it, we have fun, and I cannot wait till you guys get to the event and join us, because we're gonna have a freaking blast. But tell me, brother, why should they go down below, click that button, and open that mindset to just a whole new lifestyle?
I tell you, well, hold on. Speaking of fun, let's go back to the blue.
There you go.
All right. I want to speak to some that Jeremy touched on with the people like yourself and Clifton and Ashley, the leadership. About a week ago when we had our pre-launch and that marathon 3.5-hour webinar or whatever we were doing that night, and you guys have been cranking it for days to get into the pre-launch phase. I'm on that webinar with you guys. I'm chatting with Clifton on Facebook on the side. We're just getting each other all amped up. He's giving me some, tips. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, blah blah, with your blog. And there was a little hiccup, with something on my account, and he exchanged Facebook messages with me for another half an hour after that webinar was over to make sure he got in there, made the adjustment, whatever. It was some small thing, and I told him, I said, dude, it's cool. It's like, go to bed. All right, enough's enough. He's like, no, I'll forget about it otherwise. Let me do this now. That level of commitment, that level of just love for other people, that's what you're getting for $14.95 to start. For $15. Don't go to Starbucks for a day. Jump on this instead. You go through your $1 million training, and then you can go to Starbucks as much as you want for the rest of your life and get the grande latte, whatever, because you've got the freedom lifestyle now because you put in the work and you started with this. I mean, that's what I really love about what you guys have established here with that low of an entry point, is that you can't have an excuse at $14.95. You just can't. And it's like, if you will just step over the line and say, you know what, even if you don't really buy into it initially, and your faith isn't quite there yet, you haven't really gone through the inner steps you need to believe, in yourself and your dream and what you can do for other people, just do the $14.95, do the $1 million day, and I don't see how you can't go through that and all of a sudden just feel the whole thing change, and you realize, wow, you know what, I can actually do this. I could start living that kind of lifestyle. I could have that freedom. That financial burden is gone. I'm donating to my favorite charities at will. I'm traveling, you know, going to wherever the Unstoppable family is next. You know, they're all over the globe. So it's like, you know what, let me go find out where they're hanging out. And it starts with $14.95 and just making a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these people tonight made a choice. I mean, Vincent, you guys made a choice, and Clifton and Ashley, to start a foundation here of a community that's going to give an opportunity to all, and it's for everybody. It's, you know, it's the blue collar folks that are, I mean, I still work more than a full-time job. I mean, I hustled my butt to get here tonight from the 107 Arizona sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I got to get here. I got to be on with you guys, and I got to share my story, because there's someone else out there that's plugging away, and they don't believe yet. They don't believe it. They're like, no, it's just not for me. I'm telling you, it is for everybody. You just got to get across the line. You've got the people here. They're gonna stand right behind you and say, they're either gonna catch you or they're gonna push you, one or the other, but they're gonna get you across, and you're gonna start changing your life. And then what's cool, you start changing yours, then it just opens wide. It's wide open, and now you're influencing everybody else. And you're getting those Facebook messages like Jeremy. And Vincent, I know you've posted some of your messages you've got from people. They're like, it's right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally, man.
The money's cool. The money's cool. But I guarantee you, I can see in your posts, when you get that message like that, it goes here.
Yeah, it's powerful, man. Like, it just, yeah, Clifton actually got a post from somebody about their blogs like you were talking about, and he actually he was like, man, I don't ever tear up, but man, this got me. And I was like, it is that, like, at the end of the day, that's why we wake up so happy and excited of what we're creating here. It's like, it's powerful, man. Like, to be able to create a system where people, anybody, you know, can realize their dream through it. And it's exciting. And I know every single person out there right now has a dream. And what I think every single day when I have one of those days where it's like I don't feel like working or whatever, and I know that I need to get something done, it's like, if I give up on my dream that day, how many other people's dreams did I just, you know, not allow to happen, right? And it's super powerful when you think about that. It's like, for me, I feel like God created us to impact a certain amount of people. Like, not, you can impact millions, right? But you were created to literally lift up other people around this planet. That's all there is to it. And I know that, and I feel that, and I'm convicted in that. And we see that with examples with Jesus and all the, you know, amazing people that are in the Bible that talk about, you know, the leadership that they have impacted, right? Like Solomon, you know, for example, like what we talk about in there, and how many people he really changed and impacted with the scripture. Now he's impacting bazillions with our network, with Mark doing that. It's like, it's just so powerful in that fact that if you can think about it beyond yourself and realize that you were created for a better purpose and a bigger vision and a bigger life, is that don't give up on your own dreams, because literally you are screwing other people out of their own dreams. You could be that person tomorrow that gets with them and changes their entire life, right? Mark changed my entire freaking life. You know, without him, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know, so it's crazy what you can do in the power of the internet. Like, people are like, internet, make money, make money, make money. But no, like, literally, we're talking about transforming lives, complete shifts in your freaking life. It's so awesome, man. So appreciate that, brother. That drew that out of me, what you were saying, man. It's powerful, bro. It's super powerful.
I want to touch on something there that I think a lot of us don't realize when we are going for our dream. Like you said, if you quit, you're cheating other people.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing, and I've had this happen just in the last week, you just got to keep putting in the work. And there are so many people watching you that you never hear from, maybe once in a great while. But boy, when they send you that message, and it's like completely out of the blue, they were your Facebook friend for a year, but they constantly saw what you were trying to do, and then all of a sudden that Thursday night, they send you that Facebook message, and they just pour their heart out. That's the return on investment with what we're all trying to do here, I feel, with ILN and this type of lifestyle, is that, you know, you're gonna touch someone's life that deeply, and you didn't even know it. You never knew it for a year, and all of a sudden, boom, they hit you, and that that blows the fedora right off. So, you know, that's why a big part, I think, is what we're all about here.
It is powerful. And the speed of this, because, you know, money likes speed, money likes, you know, action. That's all there is to it. And ever since I started, you know, going speedy in my business and taking action, that's why the money started flowing, and that's why I've impacted literally thousands of people's lives in the last 7 months. But the fact of the matter is, what's so cool about this internet thing is you can get in tonight. You go down below, click that button, get in. The next page right after you sign up for the affiliate or sign up for the apprentice is you're going to get redirected to a page where you can sign up to become an affiliate. And once you do that, you'll get a back office where literally you can get your link and send people right back to this same webinar tonight, and you can earn money tonight if you can get somebody back here to this webinar and do that right now. And you take action and actually go through that process. That's how exciting it is. Like fast, quick, efficient, speed. That's what money likes. And you can do that with the Internet Lifestyle Network as well. And so you can know that, like, it's just powerful in the fact that how fast things can happen like that. You know, most things you got to talk to somebody for an hour about this product, that product, this product, this product, and, oh, you should get this package. But then at the end of the day, they might say, I don't know. All you got to do is send a link now. It's so powerful. Get them inside, change their life with 8-figure training. It's amazing. And I know, speaking of changing lives, Brenda has absolutely been transformed by Mark Overson, like what you're going to get inside with that kind of training, just like my life. Brenda, why don't you talk a little bit about, you know, Mark's training in general, as far as you being basically for the last 3 years. You ran into him about 3 years ago too, right? Is that when you started? Or 2 years ago?
Like 2.5. Yeah, I'd been in it for about a year.
So when you were in it for a year, I don't know if you were struggling or not like I was, but what happened? Okay, your beginning, and then right when you hit Mark and really got inside of his wisdom, what happened immediately? Like what people are going to be getting inside today when they join us? That
was the shift. That really was. I mean, I was definitely struggling. I mean, I was making money and I was understanding some stuff, but I wasn't definitely having the success that I wanted to, for sure. And then I didn't know who Mark was at all, but I saw the leadership branding course, and that's in our back office that we were talking about that earlier. I mean, I paid $1,000 for that course. I had just made that $1,000. I didn't have that $1,000 to really spend, but I, you know, wiped it out. And that's transformed everything. I mean, that is one of the things that's in there that, you know, when it becomes live, that will wholeheartedly be my recommendation to every single person, because it's not the I mean, the $1 Million Day just touches a little bit of it. It's the foundational stuff that you don't know that you don't know. I mean, that's really what that taught me a lot. It transformed my entire vision of what I thought I was doing and what I should be doing. And it was the foundation that is eventually everything's been built upon. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm not exactly sure who it was, because I'm right now multitasking a little bit, doing something on one of my $1 Million Day lists. But you're speaking about how there's something about his trainings. There's just something about them, that wisdom that just grabs you. And, you know, I certainly would not be here today without going through Mark's trainings. I mean, there's definitely other people that I've learned from and listened to and been mentored by online, but those have been more in like the how-to kind of stuff, like the techie stuff. And that's because Mark doesn't know how to do any of that techie stuff, which I think is so funny, but also it's such a great lesson, because when you have a mind that goes so much bigger and sees all the vision, you don't need to clutter it up with all that how-to stuff. People are amazing at that stuff, and that's what they like to do, so you find those people to do that for you. And that's such a great lesson that I've learned also from him. And so, you know, having the apprentice membership, just, you know, for $14.95 to get access to this group here, that's great on its own, because this industry is not like solopreneur. You can't be in this industry by yourself. You can't do it. It's so hard. And you know, I came in just a little bit late to this webinar today because I'm going through an Eben Pagan course right now, and one of the things he had just said earlier tonight on that training was you have to know that you're seeing the vision a lot more than maybe people around you are. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to be able to reach out and see farther than maybe, you know, people aren't used to seeing. And if that's the case, you're going to feel a little uncomfortable around the people that you're normally around because they don't see it. So what you need to do is you need to have a co-believer, is kind of what he was calling it, but, you know, just at least one person. And with the community that we have here, there's not just one person. I mean, there's 1,000 people in this community, and this is an active community, very, very active. You know, you put a post in there, and it's going down because so many other people are jumping in there and commenting, and it's just gone crazy. So having co-believers in the hundreds and thousands is amazing because you're not getting lost in that group. You're getting, you know, built up, and it's a great way for you to shine with your abilities. And you can come in as a follower and learn these things, but then you can flip that right around and take what you've learned and then learn how to become a leader into the new people that are coming into this community. So, I mean, I know I'm kind of rambling around different aspects here, but that's just one of the big reasons that I see this combination of Mark's trainings coming into a community that ILN has is one of the reasons I jumped on board right away. It just kind of everything was built together. You know, my back end's GRN also, and it just all came together with one of the visions that I see for stuff. So that's definitely why I'm here.
Amen. That's awesome. I love every single piece of that. As far as I just had a thought, but my ADD is kicking me. No. Okay, so when we do, because Brenda's really tech savvy, so we were talking about Mark being not tech savvy and still making millions online. What's nice about this community, after we get through this $1 million a day shift, is we are going to be giving you everything. You're not going to have to learn how to set anything up. You're not going to learn how to do any of that stuff. You literally, all you do is fill out your information, and then you'll go through a couple little training videos. You'll know how to actually do your own blog. It's kind of crazy what we're doing. But speak on that real quick, on the vision of where we're going really fast, Brenda, as far as that goes, and knowing from your standpoint how freaking much time you wasted trying to learn how to do that stuff and then finally being able to do it. Like, ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But, you know, back when I was learning all this stuff, there wasn't anything out there. You had to learn it, or there was no other option. There wasn't these amazing things that you could just put your little information in and boof, you know, it shows up. So I built my blog from scratch. It took me 3 weeks. 3 weeks of, like, I mean, there were tears. It was just so confusing, and watching the training and stopping it and doing it, and watching it, stopping and doing it. And, you know, I definitely am tech savvy now. I've taught myself a lot of stuff. It kind of amazes me that I know how to do what I know how to do, because I was an elementary teacher. I've never been taught any of this stuff, but, you know, it was self-taught because you just had to do it. And people are making fun of me now that I'm doing like HTML pages, and I'm like, well, that's how I taught myself. You know, it's just super fast for me to do it, then they'll go learn a new program. But that being said, you know, I do have one of your amazing custom blogs, and you know, that took a while for me to even get that because I had to give control of my stuff. But I mean, I'm so absolutely glad I did, because I had that mark in the back of my head. Why would you continue to hold on something when there's people that do it better than you? Mm-hmm. And so that's exactly what I did. And I have to say, it just exceeded my expectations tremendously with what Clifton and Ashley were able to do with my blog. I mean, and then not only what it looks like, but I had an issue with it, and it was all my fault. It was completely my fault. I had somebody else go in on my blog and install something that was not compatible, and I should have asked, but I didn't, and it completely messed up my blog. I mean, and so, hey, Clifton, I need some help. And he was so helpful and willing, just went in there. And I'm like, just tell me what to do, or where should I go? I'll fix it. I don't want to waste your time. And, you know, he just went in there and above and beyond fixed that stuff up. So the support that you have for sure on the techie side of things, not just from me, but from, I mean, my goodness, Clifton's amazing. So the fact that we have all these tools now, you guys are utilizing these tools for everybody else coming in. It's just so much easier and so much quicker. That stuff Mark was talking about earlier, the speed of which you can actually get stuff out. It's so helpful. I mean, money loves speed, and so being able to get your blog, you know, instantly up and within I'm not sure exactly how long the new ones are going to take, but to have that in these websites that we're going to have already done for you, just makes things so much easier. And I talked with 2 people just yesterday, 2 people that almost had the exact same conversations. They've been online for over 3 years. They've been struggling. They've taken all of these courses. They've spent tons and tons of money, and they've never made any yet. And it's not for the how-to. You know, there's mental blocks in there, absolutely. When you really get down deep, you know, we got to figure out what's blocking you. But again, they were also trying to do it on their own. They just didn't accept the fact that there's other people that could help them. And so that's, you know, the techie stuff, the visionary stuff, which is very important, and being able to see through eyes of people that know more than you do. I just kind of all comes together with this ILN right now. So
powerful. You're awesome, Brenda. All right, so let's move on to our last one. Oh my gosh, we're gonna wrap this up. It's gonna be crazy. No, Angie. So Mark said that you joined GRN in like 2008. Which, for those of you guys who are out there who are in GRN who might be seeing this for the first time, what we're doing is we're kind of merging the two companies together, so you guys can have a full-on, like, amazing way to bring people in an awesome community, and then have this really huge, high-ticket, amazing product. And if you look right here, I'm in my ledger really quick. I just want to show you. Right here, this GRN membership platinum. We'll talk about more of that when you guys get in the community. But I made $3,250 on one sale. So if that excites you guys out there, this is also in the back office as well. So just wanted to talk about that real quick because that's how you joined. You joined Mark in what, 2008? Is that what he said?
That's right.
And then, so where you were talking a little bit earlier when we brought you up, but there's a bunch of new people on the line. You were back then, okay, so you joined in 2008, so you've been around this internet marketing space for a little while. Why are you, because you said in the beginning, you're more excited, more passionate about what's going on right now than ever because this community is whatever. So I want to let you speak about it, but what do you feel about then, you know, like, and then now, I guess, essentially, about where we're going and how this is all working out in your mind after that $8-figure $1 million day as well?
Right. Well, yeah, like I said earlier, you know, back then, it wasn't as, we weren't big on Facebook. You know, Facebook kind of boomed in the last few years. So there wasn't the community feel. There wasn't a place online where we could all hop on like this. You know, we had webinars and stuff, and it was, you know, let's have a training webinar and everybody get on and we're going to have some training. But it was pretty much, and back then also it was an MLM. And so you had to reach out to your sponsor and you had to bug the crap out of your sponsor to get some help. And everybody was just kind of doing their own thing. And everybody was real separated. And so now, even it's not an MLM anymore. And so, I don't know, it's where everybody is just supporting each other and we're all going in the same direction. And there's not that, you know, bugging the crap out of one person all the time because, well, you know, you brought me in and you're going to make money off of me, so you have to help me. You know, that's not there. So I really love that aspect.
Hey, isn't it funny that we aren't, okay, so for example, MLMs are created to make that team unity, and more times than not, it doesn't even happen anyways, right? Because you make money off all these different people. And us, you make money off your first line. But isn't it not crazy that people help each other no matter whose team they're on inside here? Like, our community is like, oh, it's so tight. I don't even know how to explain it, but is that not wild, though, that you were in a situation where you were helping each other, but that never really worked out anyways? But now we have a community that's running together full force. I mean,
right. We're not going to make money off of each other. You know, it's not going to put money in our pockets helping somebody on Facebook or, you know, helping somebody in the chat or whatever. But that's okay. It doesn't matter because it's about paying it forward. Mm-hmm. And that mindset of paying it forward is so prevalent here in this group that it's just very attractive. And, you know, I mean, it's really the place to be. A lot of groups online are not like that. They don't want to help anybody because they're not going to get anything out of it.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, and I think it starts with, like, even our Clifton and Ashley. I mean, they are insane, like, as far as just the way that, like you were saying, Jason, I've never seen some people that are just so dedicated to other people. That's why I'm just so blessed to have them on our team. And just be partners with me for life. I always tell Clifton, I was like, man, I gotta get you locked down so we're partners for life. Because you just amaze me, brother. And same with Ashley. But I mean, they are just like, oh, it's mind blowing. So I think it starts from that. I always talk about, you know, you impact and you directly reflect the people that you bring in most of the time, right? And that's why I feel like it starts from, you know, if we're not genuine here at the top, then, you know, we're not going to bring in genuine people. That's why you guys here on the line, you're so genuine. That's why I was so excited to, you know, reach out to you guys today and say, jump on the line with me and hang out with me for 2 hours and 30 minutes. And it's just like the people.
It's a quick one.
Yeah, I told somebody it was going to be like 30 minutes earlier, and I said that was probably not a good idea. But it's powerful, the type of people you're going to meet in here. I mean, yeah, of course, if you bring somebody in, you have the potential to make a lot of money, and you're going to find out afterwards on just one person. You have the potential to make up to $15,000 per person that you bring in here. But people are helping each other who aren't even on that team, which is exciting. And they've been doing that since we started this network. And that's really started from, you know, the leaders that have started this thing with us. And it's just been really, really powerful. But I don't really know what else to say, fam. I'm pretty much just flipping excited. I see tons of you guys coming in. I think there's been a little over 50 or 100 people that, let me see, 79 people that have joined us already just in this last couple hours. So it's been exciting that, you know, at the end of the day, like, people are jumping in, they're changing their lives. There's still a couple hundred people on the line. Jump off of this thing, start down below, and get inside. And literally, all you're going to have to do, and I'll teach you how to do that, the first thing you're going to see inside that Facebook group when you join us is how to go grab that link and stick it out there on Facebook tonight. Bring somebody back here to this replay, because this is going to instantly shift into a replay where you can bring people here, and this perpetually will rock on all week as we do, and we get into that next webinar that we're going to do. So we'll teach you how to get in and get some money, hopefully, with you. If you really want to earn money, if you're more excited about the leadership, that's just as exciting, because that's, for me, that's why I always tell people, you're not joining a company that's a money game, okay? Because I created this essentially for you to be able to create income as you went through the process. But what you're going to get the super big, crazy value is that actual training that you get inside. And Mark's 8-figure training, as you heard it all night, it's changing people's lives. It changed my life, changed all the people's lives on here. It's going to be changing thousands of lives in the future. Our goal here in the Internet Lifestyle Network is not only change your life, right, by bringing you in, making you be able to make a huge impact on this world, but our money goal is to pay out over $1 million a month by the end of 2013, and I think we're going to shatter that goal. And it's all, this was all created on you guys. Mark and I and Clifton Asher, we could have sat here and, you know, even some of the leaders that are already in this community, we could have sat here and made product after product and fine. But if we don't bring people with us on this journey, what's the point, right? So at the end of the day, our dream wants to go out there and impact your all's dream, which then your dream will impact other people's dreams, and you guys are going to spin off. What I like about this is you're going to come in here, you're going to be a leader with inside of this community. You can spin off and do whatever you want. You can make your own systems, your own products, but you can leverage this. You can get on webinars like this and become an instant leader. As soon as you jump on one of these webinars, you're an instant leader in the eyes of people who are on here, all right? And that's what's so exciting and what's so powerful about this is you will rise through here, you'll become a leader in here, and you can go off and do your own things. You can start your own companies, you can do whatever you want because you're going to get a huge following. That's the beautiful thing about internet marketing is I've seen people join, you know, when you get to a leadership role in internet marketing, you have this huge email list and you really know how to really make a difference in people's lives and really use this attraction marketing. I've seen people go from company and become $1 million earner there, but they didn't like the leadership in that company, so then they went to another company, became $1 million leader there, but they were tied down to that company, and that company didn't let them promote other stuff, so then they went to another company. It doesn't matter what happens. What you're going to learn in here is how to become just an amazing person that people are going to want to be attracted to. All right, it's not about the Internet Lifestyle Network. It's about branding you guys. It's about making you have a bigger impact on this life, and it's about you shifting your mindset and literally capturing that dream life that I know every single one of you guys have inside of you. And that's all there is to it. I mean, literally, if you start today, you are going to literally start from now. Whatever the date is today, I think it's the 25th. To the 25th, I guarantee, 90% of you guys, whoever you are out there, are going to take action and really shift your mindset when you go and jump inside of there tonight. So I know not everybody's going to do it tonight, but for those of you guys who do it tonight, you're going to mark this day on your calendar as the day that your life changed. That's all I know. Because the day that I got with Mark and the day that I started hearing his wisdom is the day that my life changed, okay? And I want you guys to feel that, and I know that you guys on this panel feel that, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for 2.5 hours. We still have so many people on the line right now, and you guys are amazing. And all I know is that
awesome.
Go down below, click on that link, and we love you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a beautiful night.
Boom!
Bye.